Rose with Hollywood, Tobin and Leroy, and Hot Crowder and Solana. South Florida sports lives here.
Powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys.
Call 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
This update is brought to you by Doral Kia. You always tell us your Pricito Doral Kia. Visit us at DoralKia.com. Starting with the Marlins, who took 2 of 3 from the Dodgers with a 3-2 win. This is the Marlins' first series win at Dodger Stadium since 2018. Miami will get a day off today before returning home for a 3-game series. And in golf, the Cadillac Championship begins this morning in Doral. Golfers hitting the tees at 8:40 a.m. We'll get it started there. Joe, good morning.
All right, good morning, Woody, and a lot going on. A wild finish to the Marlins-Dodgers game last night. Truly, I don't think anybody's really sure. It was one of those things. Doesn't happen very often. The Marlins end up winning that game, as Woody just said, and take 2 out of 3. That never happens. Been forever since that's happened. But last night, Freddie Freeman comes up. Shohei, by the way, comes up. Runners on second and third, 1 out. They walk him. As a matter of fact, he gets up there, and they're all pointing to him. So they're all pointing like, no, just run to first. So they intentionally walk him. So you got the bases loaded, and you got Freddie Freeman, Mr. Clutch, coming up behind him. So it's like, oh, man, you can't win here. Shohei Ohtani, or do you pitch to Freddie Freeman? Hits a slow roller, and what a great play that's made over Xavier Edwards from a second base, playing in, comes over, tags the runner, tags first, and that's the ball game. They end up winning. They had to go back and review it to see if he tagged the runner first before touching. And by the way, it's very confusing. And I was like, honestly, I've been around baseball forever, like a lot of you. And I was like, ooh, this can be interesting, because there's some, but if he did it the other way and the runner scored, they got to go back and look at it. Anyway, they review everything, and Xavier Edwards makes a great heads-up play, knew the rules on it, the whole deal, and they win the game on a great play, where usually the Dodgers win those games, right, with all the clutch hitters and all the big money they spent to get all those guys. But what a win. What a win for those guys last night. And so Liam Hicks, by the way, is just on fire. Solo home run for him, 7th of the season, 28 RBI so far this season. Unbelievable. Just you talk about, hey, who is it going to be this year? It's been Liam Hicks, along with a lot of other guys actually really off to great starts in that lineup. All right, so they've got a 4-game homestand. They'll run it Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday against the Phillies before 2 more 3-game series. So they're going to be home for a while. They will be home for a while with a lot of baseball games. We got all kinds of stuff going on. Cadillac Championship at Doral, first round. And with that, we're going to be telling you about some other news, but also F1's getting ready to get it rocking and rolling. They got a lot of events starting today, and we'll get you caught up on all that stuff. If you plan on going out and watching all the racing for F1 at, what is that, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, all the racing. I don't know if they might be racing a little bit today.
No, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Practice on Friday, the sprint on Saturday, and then the race on Sunday.
All right, so we got all that stuff going on. We got a lot going on here. With that, this Live Golf, apparently with everything going on in Saudi Arabia, which we have laughed about, unlimited money, would like to buy every sporting event we have over here, about ready to pull out on Live. And you're going to have all these golfers. They're saying already, a lot of the golfers are checking on what's the punishment to get back on the PGA Tour. And, it's funny. I don't know how people that like this golf, when they divided and a lot of guys took off. And by the way, the guys got tons and tons of money up front. They got huge signing bonuses, besides $30 million per purse every weekend for 3 days of golf. They got money if you didn't play well individually and your team won. There was millions of dollars put into that. I mean, they're raking in money. And A lot of people out there would have done the same thing, taking the money, whether you're DeChambeau. And the PGA took a little hit because they lost some really good players and some guys that were a pain in the ass and weren't very good. But in DeChambeau was one of the players. Rahm was playing really well. Those guys all left, but they got paid now. I saw Johnson, Dustin Johnson. We're talking $125 million, maybe more for some of these guys up front signing bonuses to jump. They were paid that kind of money. And honestly, if that was paid up front for all these top golfers, they needed some big names for this live thing to work. And I don't know what Phil got, basically definitely on the downside of his career, but one of the great golfers of all time and a big name. He got paid a bunch of money too. So all these guys took it and been making all this money. I mean, these purses, we're talking about, this is a purse with the top PGA players, $20 million. It's a big purse. Liv has $30 million purses, plays 3 days in shorts. And we've seen when they get together, a lot of people have said guys like Dustin Johnson have lost their edge, whatever made him one of the top golfers. Listen, he's still a good player, but he's not the same guy. Saying he's made almost $200 million on that tour. And he's lost a little bit of his mojo, man. He's up there and he says, hey, I'm going to bounce out that my life with that beautiful wife and my kids growing up and the whole deal. And so anyway, some of these guys trying to get back on. It's going to be interesting to watch because the guys that stayed loyal to the PGA got Zippo, except now they're getting a lot more money. One thing Liv has done for the PGA Tour, they're playing for a lot more money now. Somehow they found more money to make it work, and for these tournaments. And by the way, the other thing with Liv Golf, there's no cuts. It's a hell of a deal. You suck individually, but you happen to be on a good team. And team part of golf, they got millions of dollars set aside for that every week.
Well, how many events have you watched? How many hours have you spent watching Liv Golf?
I haven't watched it at all.
You wouldn't even know where to find it. If I told you there was an event this weekend, would you know where to find it?
I think I saw it on the same channel as the Panthers. What
Panthers are on Scripps, right? Scripps
no, but
CW.
CW. Yeah, CW. Okay. Is that what it's on?
I
think
believe
Liv's on CW.
I believe they signed a contract with them. I also think they stream on YouTube, if I'm not mistaken.
I don't know about that, but I'm sure they do, to your point.
Yeah.
But anyway, so now all these guys have made all this money and they're going, can we come back? How long? How long do we have to sit out for? A year? All right. So some of the guys trying. It'll be an interesting one, but the party looks like it's just about over. Hey man, I like seeing all the best players playing, honestly. I do. I don't like talking about only in majors, DeChambeau and Rahm and any of the other players that are in the hunt. I want to see them all come back, and now everybody's going to want to know, hey man, can you get it back? You guys sitting there. A lot of you guys made at least $150 up to $200 million, maybe even more. Some of the top guys. What's your game going to look like? Because honestly, it's just about ego and how good you want to be now. It's no longer about finances with the amount of money you've made. So that will be an interesting one. And of course, Cadillac Championship, kind of a Cadillac week here because Cadillac F1 Cadillac team is brand new. And, of course, the Cadillac Championship. So the Caddy folks got to be very happy about this weekend and everything going on for them. We've got a lot of other news. By the way, the NBA got a whole hell of a lot more interesting last night. Everybody thought they'd be closing out a couple of series, and it didn't happen last night. Orlando loses again, and the Lakers lose again. So those series are now 3-2 they're up. And of course, the Cavs get a win last night. They had to come from behind to get a win, so they're up 3-2. We got a lot of 3-2 series going on right now. So on the east part of the country here. So anyway, that's going to be a lot of fun to watch and see what happens with those series going down. And of course, we've got another one. Minnesota is just beaten up. They've lost two real key players. They've lost their best player. and a really good role player that's been a big part of their team. And can they hang in there against Denver? So, boy, the basketball got a whole hell of a lot more interesting right now as well. We, besides all that stuff, we've got a bunch of other stuff going on. We got the news yesterday. I saw that everybody was talking about it, Woody, the old starting offensive line, and what it's going to look like now. As it's funny to me, that was such a big deal. And I know it's football, and I know it's the new general manager's first pick, but Caden Proctor going to left guard and play between Brewer and Patrick Paul on the left side, and moving Jonah Savaianaya to right guard with Austin Jackson at right tackle. For now, that's what it's going to look like. Those guys, hey, you guys get the first shot at this. This is what we see, and we'll see how it goes. And honestly, to me, the one guy, no matter where he is, still has the most pressure on him. He's not the first round pick, because he's gonna be an upgrade at left guard no matter what. Soon as he gets his feet wet within the first month, he has just got way too much talent. He'll be fine. It's Jonas Savaianaya. What can he do at right guard now? So he played all left guard, every snap last year. He's coming over the other side, and I'd keep an eye on Jamari Sawyer to also have a chance to be the starting right guard when it's all said and done. But hey, man, that's the competition they wanted, and it's got a chance to be a really good offensive line. Just how quickly can it all come together? The Dolphins still have a few things to take care of that I know the players, it's important to them. So they're asking some of these veterans to stay around, be leaders, putting them on the billboards and everything else. They want to get paid. Aaron Brewer, Jordan Brooks, and Devon Achane want to get paid. Right now, they don't have any money. They made that very clear when Jon Eric Sullivan came on yesterday. We have a lot of money right now. We are tight. We won't be bringing in veterans. There will be some money, I believe, cleared up though in June. And but these guys, they've been good soldiers so far. You haven't heard anything. I don't know what's going on behind the scenes with agents, and there can be a lot being said, but everything's being handled in-house, and nobody's doing the PR stuff out on the outside. And hey, listen, they're all good players, and a lot of football teams would love to have one of the best centers, middle linebackers, and running backs in football. All three. You could argue those are the guys who had the three best seasons last year. Maybe by far the three guys that played the best on this team last year. But make no mistake about it, nobody wants to go in their last year of their contract and with no guarantees after that. No one anywhere wants that, especially when you're really good. When you're really good at what you do. So this is going to be an interesting one to watch. And I'm not sitting here trying to stir it up as we got all these events going on. I'm just in the business of reality too. Sometimes I like make-believe stuff, but reality on this one is you've got three really good players who grade out as one of the best linebackers, one of the best centers, and one of the best running backs in the National Football League. I don't want to hear, well, their team hasn't won anything or anything. This is a business they're in. They want to get, I think they all three want to be here, but they want to get paid. So it'll be an interesting one to see how those talks go, how they're handling it with the agents, and the agents handle it with their players to see what happens on that topic. And just popped up yesterday, and somebody, of course, called me, and and we were just talking about it. And I said, hey, I get it. I didn't forget about it. I know we're putting it together. It's been nice just talking about putting the team together. But the guys you're asking to be the leaders who you put on the billboards, two of the three I saw on the billboards, and not lost coming off those seasons, they got to take advantage of it, especially when they play every game and or almost every game, and you play at a high level, you want to get paid, especially while you're still young. So anyway, that was part of yesterday as well to get caught up on everything and where this team is right now. We got to go to break. We've got a lot more stuff to get to here this morning. Yeah, this live thing, Woody, it's an interesting one. Those guys, those big name guys, they didn't just leave the PGA and go, they got a sweetheart deal. I don't know how long did Liv live? How long did Liv make the live?
Gotta be what, 2 or 3 years now, right?
Is it longer? Feels a little bit longer.
For a bit.
But
hey man, those guys would deserve whatever they get, right? They took all that money. Like a lot of people were down on them for taking that money, myself included. So, whatever they get, they deserve, man.
Oh no, they're so some of them have already come back.
And hopefully the money makes them feel better about their decision.
But they got the money in the bank coming back, and but I would think for these guys that play the game like golf is a game of all the sports you can play longer than any other sports. It just is. And matter of fact, when you're done playing at 50, you go on the senior tour. And you can make a good living there. Not like the PGA, money's big drop off, but you still can make a good living. And you get to play a game you love, especially if you love to compete. And most of those guys at that level love to compete. They want to be the best they can be. It is hard for me to imagine, and I hear this over and over about live golfers, they lost their edge. They lost their edge with 3 days of golf in shorts, guaranteed money every week coming in for everybody. Team money as well. You get put on a team. If your team, there's money set aside every week for that. And so you can get a little fat. You can get a little fat on that, and do you have it? Because I got to tell you, those guys on the PGA Tour, they have cuts. No matter how good you are, if you're not good every week, Friday you get the word you didn't make the cut, and nobody wants to hear that. No matter how many sponsors you have and everything else. Anyway, hey, by the way, no cuts this week at the Cadillac Championship Invitational. Right now, though, we're going to talk about something very, very important. Speaking of all these fast cars and everything else, I still like that Corvette. I still like driving that Corvette. Man, that thing is beautiful. But I want to talk about the SUV family, like a Suburban, Tahoe, Traverse, and Equinox. According to what size you want, it really doesn't matter, but I want to let you know this. Got plenty of space, whether it's a midsize or the big boys, plenty of space for you and the family to really enjoy yourself and a great look to go with it. Right over to the Silverado trucks, man. Strong, durable Silverado trucks, and throw in the Colorado trucks. And we've got a truck absolutely perfect for your lifestyle. Whether it's just you just like trucks and you're not working out of your truck to full-time working out of your truck, still want to get all the toys on the back on the weekend to go out and enjoy going down to the Keys with your wave runners or your boat, tow it down there and enjoy yourself. Man, we got something for everybody. It's never looked better than it does at all 14 dealerships throughout South Florida right now. So stop by this weekend if you get some time, today, tomorrow, this weekend, and check it out. Take some test drives and fall in love at your South Florida Chevy dealer.
If it's going down, you know we on it.
being treated like a pro. Visit Baptist Health.
iHeartRadio and
Weather report brought to you by Tornado Roofing and Contracting. Replacing roofs, roof repairs, maintenance, and hurricane impact windows and doors. Visit tornadoroofing.com. And Joe, weather looking clear so far. So hopefully we'll get you. Are you back on the courts now? No chance of rain today.
I did play a little bit yesterday, and I'm going to play more today. And hey, man, when I get a chance, and the weather is going to hold up here because pretty soon the old rainstorms are going to start coming in. And you hope they wait until 1 or 2 o'clock, but they don't always do that, Woody.
Yeah, well, this is a big weather weekend, though. So
yeah, we need good weather, man, this weekend.
Here's what I'll tell you, Joe. Just to look ahead, it does say there's a pretty good chance of rain on Sunday. So that is race day. They'll race in the rain.
They will.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Okay. They have special tires for it.
Yeah. I think
they'll definitely race in the rain, but
I got to tell you,
Friday and Saturday are looking okay.
The only thing I know they won't mess with is lightning and thunder. So let's hope that stuff
there is a
stays
little
away.
lightning bolt in there. Yes.
All right. That's not good.
No,
and
not good.
Golf will play in a light rain, but if it's
lightning stops everything.
Yeah.
Even football. They won't even play football.
No, they don't mess around with it. No, you're right, Woody. There's not even the tough guys in football. They shut it down.
Lightning beats the tough
Lightning
guys.
beats everything. Yeah. Lightning hadn't been very nice. No, lightning. You know who the gutsiest people are? So I've noticed now because I told you before at the park they have those sirens that go off when the lightning warning. And they have them at the tennis courts too. So
I think a lot of the parks have those now.
Yeah, I'm guessing they do, right? And
I think the baseball park that we're at has.
So tennis is really strict. They come out and go, "Hey, off now, now." I mean, they're they really push off. Oh, one more point, one more. No, get off now. So you have that going on, but at the park, those runners. They must think nothing can touch them. Those guys take their shirts off and they're running a real fast pace. They just go for it. And and I see that and I'm like, oh, hell no. I'm not feeling lucky today. I have great respect. I've lived down here forever. And
you ever been in Tampa during one of those lightning storms? The lightning in Tampa is vicious.
Was pretty vicious.
I don't know why it gets so bad over there. I know they get they're like the lightning capital or something.
I don't know.
It gets nasty over there, man.
Snap's pretty good here too.
People are getting hit left and right over there.
It's just been a while. But it snaps pretty good. I'm guessing.
Well, you got to stay away from trees, right? You're not supposed to go under trees.
Yeah, you don't have to worry.
The car is the safe place, they say.
I don't know. That's where I go.
Yeah, the car.
And by the way, I start it up and I leave.
Yeah,
the car.
They say the lightning will hit the rubber, I guess, on the tires or something.
I don't know, Woody, but I'm out of there hoping it's still my day and I'm okay, man. That's all. Hey, we got all kinds of news going on. Got a big weekend coming up, although it's just Thursday. We'll tomorrow, of course, a lot of things start. But today, Cadillac Championship at Doral, first round of the tournament, and that thing is going to be just what it's called, a monster. I don't see anybody shooting 20 under at that turn, but we'll see what happens and with that whole thing. But yesterday, I got to tell you I know I already said this to start the show. Watching the Marlins had a day game out there, so I was able to watch most of it. But what an unbelievable finish! I'll tell you what, man, they're hanging in there. They went out and played the Giants, lost 2 out of 3, but they come back and win 2 out of 3 against the Dodgers. They come back at 15-16 on the season with these 10 games coming up on this homestand. So they're going to be home for basically damn near 2 weeks of baseball. And They played Phillies first, who have really struggled. Phillies have been really bad. How bad have they been? They fired their manager. They fired their friggin' manager. So got some guys playing really well. Got some guys pitching great. Sandy Alcantara was lights out again yesterday. He was really good. And then on top of that, that's got some great hitting. And this Liam Hicks is just on fire right now. Hits another home run. Has got 28 RBIs on the season. 28 RBIs in 31 games. That's obviously not going to keep that pace up. But what a great story he's been. Whether he's catching or DH, he has been fantastic. And Xavier Edwards' play that he made to end the game was just phenomenal. Heads up play, smart play, and so it didn't matter. And by the way, I was totally confused, so I don't sound like a phony. I've had this happen in football, and at first I could tell the announcers weren't sure either because you just don't see that kind of play. It was a bang-bang. Shohei Ohtani probably should, when that ball was hit, should have sprinted to second past Xavier. He didn't. He held up and decided to kind of go backwards. And it was just a heads-up play by Xavier Edwards. Just a fantastic play. So anyway, they end up getting the double play there, and that's a ball game, and come home and a jacked-up group here with the day off before starting up their series tomorrow with the Phillies. So we got all that going on. You got racing, plenty of golf. We got all kinds of stuff going on, not to mention the Kentucky Derby, the coming up Saturday, and then everything else that we have in sports right now in the NHL and the NBA. It's kind of busy time of stuff going on. And then, of course, I hit this before. I personally would love to see the best golfers on one tour. You don't have Tiger playing. I know we beaten this up, and it used to be you wanted Tiger and if Phil played, that was kind of a nice 1-2 punch because you could either like one or the other. You couldn't like. Most people will tell you either like Phil or you like Tiger. And we had a lot of people that didn't like Tiger and like Phil. I remember those days where you were a Phil team guy or a Tiger guy. But the tour today, and I think Scheffler's fantastic. I think he's clearly the best golfer in the world. He's, 2 second-place finishes recently. Hasn't won tournaments like he did. He won early in the season, but hasn't been able to dominate as far as winning. But he's been great for golf. I really like him. And Rory's been great, what he's done. But you want to get all the best guys out there.
The problem is the lack of personalities, right? Like Tiger had such a monster personality.
Well, he had a monster personality, but he had monster skills, especially.
Yeah, he did, but these guys do too. I think Tiger brought something different.
Yeah, lots of wins,
right?
Yeah,
it
was
number
more,
one. It was more than just winning. With Tiger,
he dominated, though.
I know.
He dominated.
Oh, I'm aware.
I mean, you can have so much personality, going to take you so far, and go, that guy's got it. He never wins, but he's got. No, you. Let's start with.
But there was an excitement around Tiger.
No,
Look, he's going to be very, very tough for that sport to replace. Tennis went through that for a while, right? Where you had to replace, the Rogers and Rafas and those guys, and I think they have some good young players now.
Yeah, but
right?
they lost their.
Like what they did, but
they lost their number one draw. Alcaraz might be out for a while.
Yeah,
with this wrist. And that's bad news for tennis. We were lucky enough to get him, even though he didn't play great down here. Apparently, he was doing a little partying. No, came down here. Hey, one thing about Alcaraz, I think he made it clear. If you watch his documentary, and he dumped his coach, is like, and he used to always throw, Rafael Nadal to him because they're both Spaniards, and he used to go, hey, Raf never took time off. He played and when he was resting, he was playing, and Alcaraz goes, hey, I'm taking some time off. During that documentary, man, it was for everybody to see. He goes, now I'm taking some time off. And by the way, what he didn't tell us is, you keep this up, I'm getting a new coach. And he did. He fired his coach, who was a hell of a player in his own right when he played. But you
need guys to bring the casual fan around, though, right? Like that's what Tiger brought. If Tiger was playing in this thing this weekend, do you imagine the buzz around?
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
no.
And this is a
But
Tiger
Woody-
that can't even walk, basically, Joe.
Yeah.
But like, if he was playing in this thing, there'd be a massive buzz around
People
it.
would come out just to see what he's got left. Yes, see if he's got a chance to make a cut, and all those. I don't disagree. Even
You'd
at
go and you'd
50
clap
years
for him, and just to see him, just to get a glimpse of the guy. But there's just nobody that moves the needle that way.
Yeah, not
And
that.
I know
way.
that if you're a golf fan, if you're an actual golf fan, yeah, these guys are really good. But if you're a casual fan and you just know big name people, then yeah, you want to see Tiger.
Yeah, no. Tiger brought out,
and they need somebody to replace. Maybe his kid will. I don't know.
Tiger
Kid seems to be pretty good.
Tiger, who's that?
Tiger's kid.
Yeah.
Maybe he's the next.
Can I just tell you this?
know.
Nothing against his kid. He's not Tiger.
I know nobody probably will be.
Tiger came out at a very young age and started kicking ass. He kicked ass for a long time. But you're right. They don't have that guy, but they got a lot of good golfers. And you're right. For the golf fans, they know how good what Scotty Scheffler has done for a couple years. It's been pretty amazing. And I get he didn't walk and talk and wears red on Sunday and all the stuff that Tiger does. But
I mean, how many average sports fans could pick Scotty Scheffler out of a lineup? Like, if he walked by you, if you're an average sports fan, if Scotty Scheffler walked by you, would you even notice?
no. But golf people that
Yeah,
watch
of course
golf,
they'd. Of course.
like Bo's coming in. Bo knows it. I mean, most of the stuff that Scotty Scheffler can do and who he is and his family and his mannerisms and all that stuff. But you're right.
A lot of people haven't watched a golf tournament in their life that know Tiger Woods.
I agree.
That would recognize him if
Hey,
he
man.
walked past.
We did news pieces on him when he was coming down here for this exact tournament that is starting today. And we used to go live to watch him hit golf balls on Tuesday and Wednesday. I'm dead serious.
No, I know it's
They stuck me out there, and I'd look over and there's Bo for CBS and there's Shapiro for 7, and anybody who was in sports like, oh, you got to do this early hit too. They go, yeah, they want got to try to get some shots with Tiger, and then they asked us to get Tiger. We got no shot. So we talked to the fans. Why are you here so early on a Wednesday? Tournament doesn't start until tomorrow. Oh, we want to watch Tiger hit the golf ball.
Just watch him on the range. You ever get an interview with him?
No. I stuck around in the groups when he did his group stuff, but no.
How was he? Did you ever get a chance to talk to him in one of those group things?
He was all business, man.
Yeah.
I didn't see the fun-loving so he got away with that. That was the one thing. Not always the nicest guy when he was around, had his head down, and he was just business, man. He did little things. He spits on the course, which used to drive him nuts, but he's so damn good. Like you said, all the things you said are true. And he brought out, man, we interview people. Oh, I never go to tournaments, but man, I'm coming to this one because Tiger's here. Tiger's out here. Yeah, they may never have that again. That may not happen, but that doesn't mean, there's a lot of good golfers with a lot of different personalities that you like and don't like. And hey, there's some guys on the Live Tour that I really like. There's a couple guys I don't really care for. They all got a little different personality, but I think, it's good for the sport when you got a guy you like and a guy you don't like, and that's my guy, and I don't like that guy. That stuff's all good, man, for sports. You're not going to sit around and, I love that guy and I love that. Oh, the guy plays too slow. You don't like him. And DeChambeau, a lot of people don't like DeChambeau. I think he's great for golf, man. I think if the PGA Tour could get one guy back and maybe go a little easier on him, even though he's probably made close to $200 million on Live Tour, that's not making any of those guys real happy. I'm guessing having DeChambeau back, those guys on the PGA Tour would understand. It's good for business having him back. And honestly, I know you call him Johnny Ram, but John Rahm would be good for business, man. Would be good to have back. So anyway, could be coming together soon, or at least those guys are like, how long do we have to sit out for? And those PGA players are saying, make their ass sit out. Oh, hell no. We didn't get all that damn money. Make their ass sit out.
That's why everyone likes Rory now, I think, man. I think that's a big reason people have gravitated towards him, right? He was the one that really spoke out against those guys. And good for him.
Rory didn't make a lot of friends on his own Ryder Cup team.
Good for him, though.
But
man.
I will tell you, Rory's clearly better than all of them right now.
Yep.
So, but you're right.
Good for him what he did.
I think a little bit of that drama is good, though, man. A little of that, not all the guys getting along and and not liking each other. Koepka and DeChambeau for a long time didn't like each other. I thought it was kind of good for the sport.
I think all those sports need a little something on the side, right? And they got their Netflix show. I think the Formula One.
We don't want too much bonding with everybody, man.
No, but the Formula One's benefited majorly, I think, from those shows. We were talking about the sprinting yesterday. That benefited from those. They need a little push off to the side there.
Yeah.
I think those shows where you get to learn the personalities, I think, help.
Well, listen, man, I'm glad that we have an event. That we used to have 2 events, one in Dade and the following week in Broward. It was a fun 2 weeks, and I know nobody played in poor Honda Classic. God bless them. All the money they spent for another great players to play in their tournament. They begged them. They changed course. They did everything. They should send an apology letter, the PGA Tour, to the Honda people every day of the week for the amount of money they spend as long as they are with them and never, ever could get all the guys to play. They tried Palm Beach. They tried all over Broward County. They tried every course possible. Matter of fact, we had to give tickets away today if you can tell me 4 different courses in Broward County. Give me 4 courses in Broward County right now. We giving away tickets, Woody, today? We
have Marlins tickets.
Yeah,
yes,
Marlins tickets. That's what I'm talking about. We're gonna ask everybody to name 4 Broward County where the Honda Classic was.
Wow, that is a very tough question.
No, it's not. Not for everybody went to all those bad boys.
That's been a while though, right?
Yeah. We got screwed. Poor Broward County.
I don't know when that ended.
They went to Dade, though. They went to that Cadillac Championship, man. It's nice to have that thing back. All right, we got to go to break here, Woody. I'm getting a little long-winded. And
you're all right. You're fired up, man. It's a big weekend.
I do like a lot of things going on, man. We got something.
And I see
everybody.
all our people on here talking. They're having a little side talk about the Heat, and they're not playing right now. Panthers aren't playing right now, so it's a little quiet.
Well, everybody's trying to
events.
figure out the whole Riley thing, which is very funny because I was talking to
people
Dave
divided on
last
that.
night.
People are pretty divided on the Riley thing, and maybe you're right. Maybe it is an age thing, but
thank you.
People are very divided.
Hey,
right
man,
now.
Pat's got to understand when you're 81 years old and your team hasn't played well recently, and they consider it his team, whether it's fair or not, whether Nick's running the show behind the scenes and Pat's not doing as much, or they listen to him, but they don't really listen to him. I don't know. But, and the first thing they do when you're older and things aren't going well is get rid of the old guy. Anyway, right now I want to talk about a couple guys that aren't old that are really good at what they do. I call them Harvey and Gary, but I should tell you it's Harvey Cohn and Gary Judah, the partners of Cohn and Judah Injury Law Firm, personal injury attorneys. Hey, man, whether it's a slip and fall at work, whether it's an automobile accident of any kind, and all I know is you're a little banged up and you're not real happy right now, and you got to make a decision. What law firm am I going to have represent me? Because I'm hurting right now, and I'm pissed off about this whole thing. I want to get somebody that's going to go after him. Matter of fact, when I look at all these law firms, I want to make sure I get one of those guys that does those commercials or I hear on the radio. I want to know they're going to represent me, not do a handoff. Handoffs for football, not for law firms. Hey, and that's what Gary and Harvey are all about, man. Hey, from start to finish, they walk in, they shake your hand, they come out to you, they shake your hand, and you're off and running. The same partners who will handle your case from start to finish, more than 30 years of experience each, big enough to go to trial and get you multi-million-dollar results, small enough just to call you back. That's pretty important, man. Communication, how you're doing on your case, where it stands, how's it looking, all those things are what's going through your mind when you've been injured. And with Cohn and Judah, you're going to find out communication is very important. And then going after it and getting you a fair amount of money, that's what they do. Read the reviews. Go to CohnandJudah.com. 866-FAIR-FEE. By the way, if you're someplace and you're not happy right now and you feel like you're not very important, you're not an important case to them right now, go to Cohn and Judah. Always important there. 866-FAIR-FEE. You can call them. And remember this, they don't pay other lawyers to do the work you hire them to do.
Text
Escobar on FM 104.3, and you can listen to WQAM on the Odyssey, iHeartRadio, and TuneIn apps.
This report is brought to you by the Casino at Dania Beach, where the fun never stops and the parking is free. The Casino at Dania Beach has it all. Enjoy new, exciting promotions, the hottest slots, great shows, multiple dining options, live poker, and simulcast. Plus, new members can win up to $5,000 in free play. Join the fun at the Casino at Dania Beach.
All right, welcome back here on a Thursday. Oh, we got a lot of good stuff going on here, man. Got some great baseball going on right now. The Marlins are actually they're a really good team, man. They got a lot of guys got off to a really fast start. You look at a lot of batting averages around the league, and if you're a Mets fan, you know what I'm talking about. But, boy, they got some guys really off to great starts offensively. Liam Hicks, who was DHing and rotating in as a catcher there. 7 home runs and 28 RBI so far. But a lot of guys off to really, really nice starts for this team. 15-16 on the season.
Couple games back of that wild card, by the way. So they're in the hunt. Someone pointed out earlier that the Braves have not lost a series, and
Now the Braves.
It seems unlikely the Marlins will catch the Braves, but
I'm not worried about the Braves. Their chances of winning the division, I didn't go that far. I'm just saying for this team.
Their run differential is plus 69.
But two of the biggest disappointments right now in baseball happen to be in the National League East. The Phillies and the Mets, again, are just terrible.
The Mets being 10 games under is insane.
They're
10
saying
and 20.
Saying the Mets manager is going to be next to go. He's going to be the third guy to get canned this year.
He may just quit and just leave. 10 and 20.
Well, I'll tell you what. The good news is, Woody, you've heard this before. We say this in sports. The good news is we went out and spent a lot of money to get you a good team. The bad news is when you're a manager, you're not winning, you don't last long.
Yep.
They're not getting rid of all those players, not after 31 games. Anyway, hey.
It'd be cool if the Marlins could stay around that 500 mark and make a little push towards the wild card, though.
It might be able to. I'll tell you, Sandy's looked really good. And, it was nice. That doesn't happen when the Dodgers have really owned them, and a lot of people, actually, but they have not been playing as well lately. And the Marlins get 2 out of 3 and honestly had a lead. Could have swept them if it wasn't for giving up 3 in the bottom of the ninth in the second game. So anyway, we got a lot of other stuff to get to here this morning. By the way, so I'm getting word now that Liv does play 4 days now. They moved there. They got so much crap for it that they finally
So they have a 4th day that we're not going to watch now? Because 3 wasn't enough?
Hey, I don't know if they're going to get any events. I don't know what's going to happen there. That's
well, I'm going to have to reschedule my weekend now.
Oh, see, you're being a wise guy. You would admit with me, or are you just full of that much hatred? Screw those guys. You don't want them. You don't want the PGA to let them back on. I want to see all those guys.
I'm full of hatred, but
you are.
I think what those guys. I think what those guys did is despicable.
Okay,
but
so you're not going to let them back. You're not going to let them took all that Saudi money.
They should give all the Saudi money to,
they're not
to
an
an American
it back.
charity. And
they're not going to do that.
And then they can rejoin.
They're not going to do that, and you probably wouldn't do it either.
I know.
Just so you know. You're going to give $150 million and $125 million signing bonus up front, plus what you've made on the tour. Some of those guys, somebody's telling me now, somebody texted me, they've had a bunch of guys that have made $200 to $300 million on that tour, and it hadn't been around that long.
Wow. Not good for them.
I just want to see, I'm past all the other stuff, and I know some of you don't let people go, and I work with that guy, so I know. But
you never hold a grudge.
I want to see the best players playing together on the PGA Tour. That's all. I'm a big PGA Tour guy. I have great respect for Rory for a lot of different reasons. Actually, Tiger's, I think, done a lot for the PGA Tour, staying around, not to mention the money they are at right now. It's a lot of it has to do with what Tiger did and getting NBC and CBS and even Fox to jump in on part of the golf package there for a while. And it started making a lot more money. You're seeing guys make $3.5 million for winning a tournament, and the big tournaments, the majors, those guys are making a lot of money. Finish second, get $2.5 million check. So, and the other thing I respect about golf, I didn't realize for a guy that doesn't play anymore because I'm so friggin' bad. My son's trying, though. Dad, you got to play. He's got Bo working on me. Come on, man. Come out and play. I said, nah, it's too frustrating, man. Too frustrating. Nobody wants to go out and hit grounders. Nobody has any pride, wants to go out and hit grounders or whiff or miss it. And,
Yeah, just get a bucket of that nice, ice cold beer and
go.
Let it rip, man.
And play crappy, but get a little beer buzz while you're playing.
Who cares? Everyone's bad out there.
Yeah, no, they're not.
Different levels of bad.
Listen, man, a lot of guys go out there. You can say whatever you want. I still believe most guys, no matter that, I don't really care how I play. That's BS. Guys want to go out. The male ego, hell no. Guys want to go out, and you're playing with a guy close, and you're getting shots for a reason because you think you got a chance. So I get a shot on this hole, and I think I can get it and play for a little money and all those things. But just getting back to this, man, I just want to see the best guys playing, whether I like them or not. DeChambeau, I get a lot of people tell me they don't like him. I think he's great. I think DeChambeau's great. Gets up there and just friggin' comes out of his shoes, man, to hit the ball. Remember he gained all that weight? He gained all that weight and was, you're on steroids, and he took that, and they're getting on him. I mean, he was crushing it. To watch a man hit a golf ball that far is just friggin' awesome. I think John Rahm's good for golf, man. I do. And I know it looks like John Rahm's not getting along with some folks right now, but bring them all back. Hey, we don't have to love each other, but understand we're all good for the game to make it even better to get the best guy. Now, some of those guys aren't very good on the live. I'm not worried about them. The guys, I got to tell you, guy, I'm a little disappointed with, man, because I think he got fat. I think he became a fat cat. You know what a fat cat is? A guy that makes a lot of money and is still kind of doing it, but not working like he used to because he doesn't have to. He got all that money he needs. Got that good-looking wife at home, famous father-in-law. I'm not sure how much Dustin Johnson cares about golf anymore. He still makes cuts, don't get me wrong, and he's hanging around at the majors when I see him. He just seems like, and by the way, seems like a likable guy. I think seems like everybody likes Dustin Johnson. I know he lives up here, can hear us right now. We're up in that Jupiter area, but I don't know. If there's one guy, I'm not the only guy to say this, by the way. It's not something creative that I've come up with. He got paid a lot of money because he was really good kind of when he left. He was one of those top guys Liv wanted to get, and they got him. And he just hasn't done much. I don't know if they win very many tournaments at Liv, to be honest. Hey, we got 7 o'clock hour coming up here. But
would you know, though, who's winning over there?
No. Actually,
you know who? I mean,
no, I have to look at.
I don't even know when it is. When the last one was.
I know you're.
No, but seriously, do you know who's won any of them?
By the way, most of the time we have an event and you watch sports, either on ESPN or anything, they don't even show the sport. When's the last time you got live results when you look at ESPN and you go to all your favorite sports?
They show more wrestling on ESPN than they do live golf.
That's a good point. They do. Hey, man, we got more stuff to get to.
I call you out here, but it's like, hey, who won the last tournament?
No, you got me. I don't know.
Who's won any tournaments?
But I know they got some.
Name a tournament?
No, but they got some guys who are big names on the PGA Tour before. Woody, if we were to do a poll and we're to be honest, everybody out there is being honest because I know we do have a lot of people listen to us that hold grudges and don't let things go. If you are in that same situation, and I know the Saudi blood money and all that stuff, how many of you would have taken all that money, especially when they're giving out over $100 million signing bonuses for these guys? And some guys got more than that, by the way. That's a low end on the top guys. How many of you out there
None of us
would have taken the money?
None of us.
Yeah.
We all have morals.
All right. Atlantic Men's Clinic. Boy, I'll tell you what, ED and Low T, I talked to somebody I'm very close to yesterday. He said, hey, man, what's the deal on that program? And it's a good question. Like, you know, I know because I said, I'm over getting a shot today, you know, getting taken care of at Atlantic Men's Clinic. Oh, shoot. You gained weight from that? I go, no, but my energy's sure feeling a lot better because I'm going to go play tennis right after. Boy, I'll tell you what, Atlantic Men's Clinic, you're in for great results. You really are. If you're dealing, and by the way, every guy has it. Every guy has it sooner or later. Low T kicks in. And you know when your energy level is down, all of a sudden you notice you're tired all the time, but it's not like you're sick. You're just tired and You get a physical, and he goes, "You're fine. You got low T, okay?" And then on top of that, ED is going to kick in to every guy out there. Now, some guys want to fight me on that and want to debate me. No. It's undefeated. ED's undefeated too. Sooner or later, half the men in their 50s will have ED. And ED, let's get right to it, man. If things aren't working in the bedroom, you got ED. I had ED and low T, full-blown both. It sucked, man. It was terrible. Terrible. My wife getting all dressed up. We're going out, and nothing happening in the bedroom. I'm sorry, Mrs. Rose. Whew, something's wrong. Well, 2 years ago, I went on the program Atlantic Men's Clinic. I got great results. Went in there. I was half embarrassed, like most people. Set up that first appointment, the PSA test. I met with that great staff that made me feel comfortable, or I can talk to anybody anyway. But it was great, man. Explained everything to me, put me on the program. I said, let's rock and roll. Let's do it. 7 locations in South Florida serve you. Brand new location in Hollywood. I go to Plantation. But I just want to say this to all the guys out there that privately are dealing with this and nobody to go to talk about it. You can knock out ED and low T. If it's important to you, you can turn back the clock 20, 25 years if you want. I'm dead serious. And ready to go, man. Energy better, sex drive back, 877-455-7300. Set up that first appointment. Visit AtlanticMen'sClinic.com. Get more information, but Atlantic Men's Clinic does it the right way, the safe way, and boy, it works.
W. Series winner Miami Marlins.
Powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys.
Call 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
This update is brought to you by Doral Kia. You always pay less than your price either. Doral Kia. Visit us at Doral Kia, DoralKia.com. Starting with the Marlins, who took 2 of 3 from the Dodgers with a 3-2 win. This is the Marlins' first series win at Dodger Stadium since 2018. Miami will get a day off today before returning home for a 4-game series with the Phillies. And in golf, the Cadillac Championship begins this morning in Doral. Golfers will hit the tees at 8:40 this morning. Time for your weather report, brought to you by Tornado Roofing and Contracting, replacing roofs, roof repairs, maintenance, and hurricane impact windows and doors. Visit tornadoroofing.com. We are in the mid-70s and no rain in the forecast today. The Joe Rose Show continues now.
I love the colorful clothes you wear and the way the sunlight plays upon her hair.
I know. The show just got a little bit older, man, but we love our golf, even though I can't play a lick. And Kim Bocamper joins us, and he that belongs to a club, and he's still out there smacking. You're not hitting it real well?
I'm trying to. It's frustrating. It's frustrating. I go out there and, I'm just struggling.
You have a pro working with you?
I do. But it's I don't know. It's in my head or whatever. And all
I hate seeing you like this.
All my maladies, all my I got this. I can't do this.
I've known you since I'm 21 years old. And you picked up golf. I think we all kind of picked it up the same time. Yeah. I call it the Don Strock years when Stroker started working. We all started. Yeah. We all got out there. We're hacking it around, and then we all got lessons. And you take this thing like it's been that love-hate with you.
I love playing. Look,
you love golf.
I love playing golf. I love watching golf. I love playing golf. But I just don't play the way. I don't hit it that far. Half the time I don't hit it off. Can't get it off the ground, and so I've tried to.
And you know why you're an ass clown? Because you try to get me to come out there and sharing your misery with that frigging game. The problem is, you go out there and I'm hitting balls, I'm hitting bat, and then all of a sudden I find it and I'm hitting and I for about half the time I'm out there I'm pissed off, but then I hit some good balls. I know,
and I get in my car and I go, man, I think I got it. I think I've got it now.
Yeah,
And then you come back and slaps you in the face again.
So,
Then I got guys like your son out there hitting the ball 300 yards down the fairway.
So he's got the bug.
Yeah.
He went from when he got back, he goes, I don't know if I'm going to play very much. Maybe I'll play a little bit. And he went back and he started playing. And now he's got, hey, I think I got time to go play, get 18 in here real quickly. And he's same way. He'll go, I shot an 85, but hey, I 3-putted twice, and I just missed this chip, and could have been in the set. AA just keeps you going. Yeah. By the way, it's great having the Cadillac Championship back.
It is. It's Doral should have never been out of the loop. I mean, that golf course is it's a legendary golf course, and they've lengthened it a little bit. So I'm really looking forward to seeing the tournament and seeing how it looks on TV.
I know you're with me. We've been talking about. Live like they're in serious trouble. Saudi Arabia looks like the money man has said we're out of money for this thing's just ain't working. Not that they're out of money, but they decided to live things out of money. I like to see all those guys. I know they're going to have to sit out for a while because the PGA Tour has been pretty tough on those guys because they did jump and they made a lot of money. I like to see the DeChambeau and Rahm and the rest of those guys back on the tour. I want to see the best players.
Well, it's nice. You get to see them every now. Like you saw them. You saw the ones that qualified at the Masters. They qualified for the U.S. Open. I think so. Some of those tournaments they can get in, but I'd like to see. I think we lost. This has been maybe 5 years. How long?
I don't know how I asked. I don't know. I asked Willie to look it up. 4 or 5 years.
Four or 5 years that I think we've missed some of the best golf, like with like you said, with Rahm, with DeChambeau. I mean,
and we got guys. It's okay to dislike certain guys.
Oh no, the villains are always good. It's always good.
Like dude takes forever to play. Guy drives me friggin' nuts, man.
You remember the one kid? He came out on tour, Patrick Reed, and little kind of short, stocky guy, and his wife was his caddy. Like he had just coming out and you know, and then, but he was a good golfer. His wife was his caddy. And then he got cheating. He got caught cheating. You know.
Well, apparently that was a knock on him in college.
Right.
They kicked him off the team, or guys didn't want to play with him, and then they got him that day. Like the ball moved.
Whatever it was, you know. And it was a yes, he did. No, he didn't. So that put a stain. So now now he's the bad guy, right?
But I give him credit.
No,
he really doesn't care what you think of him.
No.
I heard he could go, hey, bro, I don't care if every one of you guys hate me, man.
Yeah.
Beat me, because I don't care. I don't need you. He's one of those guys blew off mom and dad and hadn't been back.
Yeah,
I think he's done with the mom and dad there. He got a little Aaron Rodgers in him there. Yeah. Anyway, so we have all that, and we got a lot of football stuff. Had the general manager on yesterday, and out of nowhere, I asked him, what are you going to do with Caden Proctor?
Yeah.
What's the first thought? And he goes, and honestly, I was a little surprised. He said putting him on the left side at left guard, and Savaianai is going to the right guard.
Surprises me a little bit.
You too, right?
It did surprise me because there's two thoughts for me is, you know, you like to have those two bookends. You like to have those two be bookends for the next, you know, 5, 6. You can't say 10 years anymore because no one stays.
You're talking about Patrick Paul on one side
and Proctor on the other side.
Yes.
And you know, those two studs out there, and then keep Savaianai there, and then figure out that other side. But there's two things. So you know, I hope that Savaianai wants to play that right side, get kind of back to where he was in college. But you spent all this time last year, you know, getting a lot of snap over there.
Every snap.
And almost a lot of that kind of goes away because now you got to learn the right side, although he's been there before. But then when you look at having those two big guys over in that left side, I mean, you think there's going to be a tendency to run over at that side?
With Brewer at center. I listen,
Brewer,
man. I like the left side of that line.
Yeah.
So Savaianai gets first. My first thought was Savaianai gets. I think he's still kind of like you got to get better. We believe in you with all those snaps, but if not, Jamari Sawyer or somebody else is going to have a chance to jump in there right guard.
Yeah. But I think, look, it's, you know, as soon as they drafted Proctor, it certainly benefits Malik Willis, right?
Oh yeah,
from protection.
They made no bones about that.
Was part of it. And look, you know, for Achan, giving him running room, you know, with those guys, that's there's some promise there, you know. And then it's it's funny after the draft, like the week after the draft, there's 31 fan bases that believe, oh man, we're going now. We got the good guy. We got the guy we wanted.
Yeah.
You know, and then as the season goes, you find, well, this guy's a dud, or this guy's a bad guy, or this guy doesn't want to work. You know what I mean?
Well, as we know, when you watch the War Room on the first night of the draft, everybody's hugging, everybody high-fiving. Right, and it's like, hey, you guys know the deal. We make our pick. You all stand up. All you scouts come over, all high-fiving, chug a beer, and let's get ready to go, man. So, yeah, that's that always seems to happen. But anyway, and then we'll find out. I know everybody's trying to do grades, and we're going to have Pete Prisco join us a little bit later on in the show. And by the way, Pete liked this draft a lot.
Yeah.
He was real big on it, and he was big on a couple guys that not too many people have been crazy about. And so that was good to see. He came out and talked about Caleb Douglas, the wide receiver. He likes him.
Yeah.
He says he's going to prove to be one of the best steals in this thing. 6'3.5", 6'4" wide receiver.
Well, look, we haven't had this since a Devontae Parker. I don't think
athletic,
we got a guy.
But often injured Devontae Parker.
Yeah.
So,
but 6'3", got a 6'3" receiver. I mean, we've been in that 5'10" range for the last few years.
We had two. Yeah, we had some short guys out there. You throw in Washington, we had some short cats out there on the outside. And by the way, when they get Bell back from Louisville, who had a great game against the Miami Hurricanes, the big reason they lost was the way he played. He played great in that game, had over 100 yards in receptions. But they said they're going to take their time with him. But boy, if we could get him back. I know we do this every year with somebody injured, but in the second half of the season, he was at 100% for the last 7 or 8 games. But they said they're going to take their time, so I don't want to get too carried away.
So I'm looking forward to seeing when mini camp rolls around, or when we get the opportunity to go out and watch some some practices. I'm just what the team looks like and what the coaches look like. I mean, we look at a whole new staff of coaches, and I a couple guys are back, but I'm looking forward to seeing how they run their practices, how what kind of tempo they go at.
Yeah.
And for me, when I go to these practices, especially mini camp practice, early practice, I'm just looking at guys and I'm looking at them physically. What do they look like? Is there, do they have a good, are they fundamentally sound? They have a good base. What do they, just kind of getting a feel for what they can do just as a without getting into play calling and that kind of stuff.
You and I had talked about something the other day. We were together and spent an hour and we were talking about Caden Proctor because everything starts with Jon Eric's first pick, Sully's first pick. How's he do? I think it's a test, and then we can forget about it from minicamp till this time the season starts, because he's going to sign that contract. He'll have that big signing bonus, and he can go get whatever toys and do whatever he wants, because we're talking, I don't know, a $35 million signing bonus he's going to be looking at. How's he do with his weight?
Well, that's it. You look at what he's an imposing figure. He's certainly athletic. I mean, you've seen him take snaps and and run and catch the ball, and
he's quick. He does a lot.
A very athletic guy, but it's that how many offensive linemen, defensive linemen have we seen, since we started playing football, whether it was college, high school, even high school, and in the pros. You get that guy that struggles with weight, and sometimes we've
had some guys here
that can't shake it.
I was thinking Larry Chester. Yeah, had to hurt his knee, and Kate kept coming over there, and he's way overweight, and they finally cut him.
Yeah,
and he's a hell of a player. We got some other guys. Bo, I got to go, but we got to go to break. But I got some great stories. I was thinking about the weight thing after I left you the other day. We had a guy that was a classic. He's a second-round pick. And we're going to talk about him. His name was Mike Charles. Yeah. We're going to have Mike Charles when we come back. We'll talk about that a little bit. Have a little fun with everybody. Kim Bocamper in the house here. Right now, I want to talk to Marlins. Man, you got to be excited about taking 2 out of 3 against the Dodgers. Really playing well. Clutch hitting, great pitching, and a great defensive play last night to end Xavier Edwards. Just a fantastic heads-up play from second base, and looked like they might lose that game in the bottom of the 9th again, and able to take 2 out of 3 in L.A. Coming home for 10 games, starting with the Phillies tomorrow. They got a whole bunch of great things going on. We talk about the promotional team. Besides the Phillies, the Orioles and Nationals will all be here over the next 10 or 11 days for a lot of baseball. So if you want to get out this weekend, they got a bunch of cool promotions going on. Some of the fan favorites are all back, like Star Wars Night, Barbie Game Day, and Mexican Heritage Celebration. So a lot of really, really cool things. And we also want to let you know, if you don't make plans, if you got a mother loves her baseball, because Mother's Day on Sunday, featuring a pregame brunch and a free Marlins clutch for the first 5,000 moms at the ballpark. So don't miss any of the fun. I want you to go to check out the tickets at marlins.com/tickets. For the Marlins, now just 1 game below 500, playing some really good baseball, some real hot bats. Hello, Liam Hicks. We'll be right back.
WQAM, broadcasting live from the Edmore Sawgrass Auto Mall Studios. Edmore Sawgrass Buick.
The casino at Dania Beach has it all. Enjoy new, exciting promotions. Dania Beach.
All right, welcome back. Beach Boys, huh? You going Beach Boys for Bo and I? They're
You
California
guys are the Beach
band.
Boys, yeah.
Yeah.
California
But we want to let you
guys,
know
right?
that's Southern California. We are Northern California guys.
Yeah.
But that's fine.
I'm well aware of where
I
Bo
don't
is from.
Oh, yeah, he is, by the way. If there's a guy that can't let this whole Milpitas thing go, it's a guy in the other room. He's like a little kid.
Well, it's
I don't know. That other guy that does all those reports might be worse than me.
It's everywhere I go. Everywhere I go, it pops up somewhere. I walked into a place. I had my Milpitas shirt on, and I walked into a place. It was a fresh market. I was going in to get something there, and I didn't get 2 feet in the door, and the guy goes, "Hey, Milpitas," you know, and he comes up and he says, "I think I told you." He said, he came up to me and said, "Yeah, I'm from Lodi." We talked about that, I think, last time.
Yeah.
And I said, and he goes, "Yeah, and I know Joe Rose came from Marysville." So he knew all the Northern California.
Yeah, he knew all the little towns around
California
there.
guys. Yeah.
Well, that little town's now connected to the whole damn Bay Area where you are. But
yeah, it's like the
everything's connected.
It's like the crossroads of everything.
All our towns are connected. It used to be orchards and
Yeah.
like open land, and now we got little town after little town after little town. They just change the names every mile or two. Hey, so we were talking before about weight problems and going back to this Caden Proctor. And hopefully, by the way, Caden Proctor is still 20 years old. I didn't even realize that.
Yeah, yes.
So, and hey, man, when it happened, he was a teenage kid and going through and listen, obviously Jon Eric Sullivan went all in. That was his guy. He said from start, the potential upside's better than anybody in the league and all those things. So I was thinking of Mike Charles. Literally was driving home, and I was thinking of Mike Charles, who, going back for the old schoolers, Dan Marino was the first pick. Mike Charles was our second pick.
Yeah.
The biggest guy. We didn't have a lot of big guys back then.
No.
He was the guy came in.
About 6'5", 290.
Yeah.
Somewhere around there. Out of Syracuse.
Yeah. Came in heavy and couldn't get his weight down. And when Shoes can't get, lack of discipline for him, man. You were like you didn't know your playbook. It was bad stuff to him. The weight thing was very serious, and I don't know about today's coaches. You're a couple over, I don't know. But Don Shula was serious about the weight, and Mike Charles is coming in week after week after week out of shape, and they tried running him, and so it was the first time. Somebody said, "Hey, it's his diet," so they hired a dietitian to come in. And I'll never forget. So she comes in and meets with coach and goes over the game plan. Like she was really into it. And he goes, "Okay, and Mike, this is what you're going to do." Yeah, I'm all in. And she sat with him at lunch at the dorm, and he had to eat certain salads, and he had to get off sodas, and he was drinking water, and she had him on the protein, a lot of the same thing that people are losing weight with. So he was weighing in the next day, had to weigh in every day. And she's like, "Damn, same weight." So Shoes calls the dietitian and just rips her.
Yeah.
Beautiful young gal came in. First one, probably thought she's going to have a job.
Yeah.
And he's just all over her. She goes, "I don't know. This should be working. He's going to practice twice a day, this during camp. And it just makes no sense that he continues to gain weight." Like, well, do you know what and Shoes all over that because he's just about results. So anyway, somebody decided, hey, have security check to see what's going on after curfew check at the dorms at 11 o'clock. And sure enough, man, he got busted. He went out after 11, came back about 11:20, and security says, "Hey, he's got 2 bags of McDonald's."
Yeah.
He was loading up and he was so he was great all day, and then at night he was throwing down Big Macs and French fries, and he had the whole works.
Well,
there.
he was doing everything right at training camp. At practice at the same facility, whether it was training camp or regular season, and it was all during the season. And I remember, I think he lived out. Excuse me, in Miami Lakes. A lot of people living in Miami Lakes at that time.
Yep.
And So my wife and I were out. We're down there for something. We're walking down the thing, and I look over and we look in this. There's a pizza parlor there. Looking at and Mike is sitting there at a table with a giant pizza by himself for himself by himself. Yeah. and I stick my hand. Hey Mike, what's going on? And he's like, oh no, I got some friends coming, but he couldn't. No.
The food thing was,
he just couldn't help it.
Right.
So when I got here, I came in, I got drafted. In my draft, we had a guy named Mel Mitchell, same kind of a guy. He was an offensive lineman, offensive guard. Then it was in like that 270 range because no one was, and at that point, no one was 300. Oh my God, and Shula wouldn't draft a guy 300.
No way.
But anyway, so and he was good. He was a good basketball player because he played on the basketball team, and so but he would run special teams because he was pretty fast, and so John Sandusky, the offensive line coach, they're watching him run down. They're looking at the tapes and the games, and they go, well, how come Mel is always the last guy, the slowest guy down the field? And so they're going, and they give him a lot of crap and stuff. So anyway, so the Sandusky decides, hey, you know what? Instead of weighing him on, I'm going to weigh. Our weighing day was Thursday. Says I'm going to weigh him on Tuesday, right?
Yeah.
So his weight was probably, let's just say his weight was 275. He gets on the scale on Tuesday and he's like 289 or something, right? and so he can't run. He can't run the way. So it got so bad. I lived in the same apartment complex with him because we all you got their rookies. Everyone kind of goes the same way. So I'd go over his house. I go over his house one day, his apartment one day, and I'm walking down the hall and I hear this bam, 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 bam. I'm going, God, what the hell is that? And I get closer to his door and I go, bam, bam. So I knock on the door. Doesn't happen. Knock on the door, and then all of a sudden it stops. And he opens the door. He's in plastic sweats.
Oh.
He's got the heat turned up all the way, and he's jumping rope. Trying to get from Tuesday, trying to get to weigh-in. But then once they weighed him in, he just ballooned up again, man.
So the whole team was doing that, and it couldn't have been healthy. What was the water pills that guys were taking with Scotch?
Lasix. Yeah.
And so it was just, and guys were cramping up. I mean, you got nothing in your system to get weighed in. All right, you did it. You're under your weight. You're good to go. And then guys run over and start eating breakfast. We go over and eat at that breakfast joint. Can't even remember that.
I had a couple Lasix. I took every Lasix every now and then.
Yeah, so it was, but Shoes was big, man. He didn't, by the way, he didn't, if you missed it, you wait again. It didn't care how close you were to the game coming up.
Yeah. And I tell you, it wasn't about, and I think our fine was $25 a pound.
Yeah.
If you were over, but
you're making a lot of money.
But the money wasn't the bad thing. The bad thing was he would step up in front of the meeting room and go, oh, Beaucamp was 2 pounds over. I guess, everyone else was good. I guess you're not, you're too, he kind of,
hey, Bo,
he'd berate you in front of the team.
I think the greatest thing that Don Shula did that they won't do today, and I don't know why. I don't. And I've told Woody this too, is humiliate a guy in front of the whole team. In the team meeting, call one guy out that's doing things differently and look right at him. I mean, he didn't nobody wants to get called out. If you have a sales meeting and hey, everybody here was on time today except Todd. Todd does his own program. Todd does because Todd's really good. Todd doesn't have to play by the rules. If you have somebody like that, to me, now you have a little hurt feelings because it does. It's embarrassing.
And it's embarrassing because you're in front of you're in that whole big room and it's in front of your teammates and you don't want to and not only that. So he would say you're overweight. Oh, okay. You can be overweight. It's all free. Okay, for you to be overweight. No, there's no one else in here overweight.
Yeah.
Right. But you go.
Everybody else plays by the rules.
But then you get to sometimes in the video, And once you make a mistake, you go, oh well, maybe if you were a little lighter, maybe if you weren't overweight.
Oh no,
it never ended.
No,
it was a never ending.
He would get after. He had some of the classics when we divided into offense and defense. Of course, we had him on the offensive side of the ball with Daryl Harris. Daryl called him a fat man. I mean, he used to say, "Hey, go ask the fat man." They didn't throw you the ball in the second half. Daryl went on Monday Night Football, and Daryl had to went after him. And then Daryl, the night he spiked it and came down, hurt his knee after catching a touchdown. Made a beautiful play, catches a slant, takes it to the house, and he couldn't help himself. And he knew Shoes was not a big fan of celebrations, but second of all, the thing about dunking it through the goalpost really drove him nuts.
Yeah.
That was that's the ultimate, you're throwing it in somebody's face. So when he came down, he sat up in front of everybody. He just kept running it back because he grabbed his knee right away when he came down. And he missed the game.
Hyperextended his knee.
Yeah. He didn't blow it out, but he had to miss some time. So he just ran it back and forth. And so everybody's laughing, right?
Yeah.
He just wanted to humiliate him.
Yeah.
And I thought that worked, Bo. Because you come in, you and I, we all agree. When you come in and film study and you got picked out and was lack of effort or something.
I've told people that the worst day of every week was film study day, whether you won or lost.
Oh, it didn't matter.
It didn't matter whether you won or lost. It was. I mean, I told people, I said, we only had our rosters were only like 47, 49 guys.
Yeah.
Right.
Maybe 45,
we didn't have
actually.
45 when all, so,
many.
And so I tell people, I said, you know what? You could walk in that locker room, and we had this big shag carpeting that was on the floor, and there'd be 45 guys sitting in their chair with their heads between their legs, and you could hear a pin drop in there, even with that, because everyone you knew going in.
He cleaned it up no matter what the score was.
Whatever you did, you never. I don't think I ever went through a film study where I was a clean, where you did nothing wrong.
Yeah.
You took the wrong step and. You didn't get as much as you, but there was no.
Never said, "Hey."
There was no room for any error. No.
And he didn't let it go, man.
No.
He even if you would win by 10, he was still gonna this got to get cleaned up. We can't play like this. You're like, damn, we won the friggin' game.
I'll tell you, the other aggravating thing for him was guys that were hurt, and knew they could play, but they weren't getting in. They didn't want to get healthy because he did get cut.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
He did some classics. How about when he had when he told some guy one day, we were all out there, and he said, "Hey, we're real shorthanded. And you're going to play receiver, but he needs to see you out there running to show. So would you mind?" So the guy ran some takeoffs, and Shoes had it on tape, and the guy finished, and he goes, "All right, we're going to release you." And he goes, "But I'm hurt." He goes, "We just watched you run, getting ready for this game. We're going to let you go."
We had one guy. We had one guy that got hurt, and he was a kind of a heavier guy. He was one of the bigger guys, a defensive tackle or something like that. And he got hurt in training camp, and now we go into the regular season, and he's still hurt, but he's not hurt. I mean, he's nursing his, because he knew he
knew he was gonna let him go.
He knew as soon as he got healthy, they're gonna let him go.
Can't cut him hurt.
So this guy's just dogging it, right? And you remember our training camp, we would go from our locker room to the lunchroom. You had to cross a parking lot, right? And so one day, Shoes is coming back from the lunchroom, and this guy's going, and they're going, and so so the guy goes, "Hey, coach, how you doing?" And he throws some Shula stuff out there and goes, "Let me tell you this. When you see me coming, you get the hell out of my way. I don't want to see you. I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to speak to you."
No! I tell you what, being injured around him was tough too.
So the guy would come in the locker room, and he'd go, "Hey, guess what? I had dinner with Shoes last night. Shoes and his wife. We went out. I mean, just to
have it,
because he knew everyone knew what was going on. Oh my god!
But we got to go to break here, man. Yeah, Shoes. I like that, calling somebody out in front of everybody in a meeting. That doesn't happen anyway. There's no way anybody's doing that now.
Yeah, well.
Anyway, hey, Bo, we've got to tell you, hurricane season's right around the corner, man. Protect your home with Loctite Impact windows, doors, and roofing. if you're thinking about it, you've been thinking about it, and you're doing it, and hey, maybe we should, or are we going to get lucky for one more year? Maybe we'll miss the big one. Well, Loctite Impact Windows, Doors, and Roofing provides 100% financing with zero down, no interest, no payments for a year. And if you need a new roof, they got tile, shingle, metal flat. They do it all. And not only to get you a brand new roof, but if you want to repair the one you have, they have a team for that 24/7 to repair anything you have anytime. They're ready to go. Impact Windows as low as $6 per month per window installed. Don't wait for the next storm. Loctite does it all. Covers all of South Florida for you. Takes care of all the permits and HOA approvals. You don't have to worry about anything. You just sign up, and turn it over to Loctite. They'll take care of everything. They're a licensed and insured contractor. Also, official sponsor, official Dolphins windows and door partner as well. So they want to let you know, Chev and the team over there, like, hey, starting to look around, man. Put us on the list to call. I think you're going to be impressed with everything Loctite Impact Windows, Doors, and Roofing can do for you. Again, visit LoctiteImpact.com. Again, LoctiteImpact.com, or you can go old school, 954-500-LOCK. They got a great staff ready to answer all your questions and get the process started with Loctite Impact Windows, Doors, and Roofing.
If it's going down, you know we on it.
Members can win up to $5,000 in free play. Join the fun at the casino at Dania Beach.
You're listening to The Joe Rose Show. This hour is brought to you by Baptist Health.
And now, it's time for Hollywood's headlines. Without further ado, here's Hollywood.
All right, Woody, what do you have for us here today with Mr. Kim Bokamp?
All right, I want to see if Bo can weigh in on this little story that we got going here, the story that does not go away, Mike Vrabel. Did you guys catch this by any chance? He did, so I guess he was done with his 24 hours of counseling, and he went back to the Boston area and did a season ticket holder event.
Yeah.
Did you see the standing ovation they gave him?
Well, of course.
I mean, they were.
They care about the coach, Woody.
No, I think they love a good scandal up there in that Boston area.
The guy won 17 games.
It's New England. They've always been scandals in New England. And New England is a breeding ground for scandals in the NFL. Deflategate.
Hey, by the way,
Spygate.
You didn't,
all those things.
Don't forget the owner.
The owner. That's right.
Hey,
yeah.
Did you see Bill Belichick's girl came out, took a shot?
I was just about to bring that up.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, man.
Go ahead.
No, go
I'll
ahead.
tell you what, the unfortunate thing is it casts a little shadow over all of these women in sports now, in sports broadcasting, when something like that, because everyone's going, oh yeah, okay, that kind of throws everyone into one basket, which is very unfair for those girls. But I mean, look, it goes both ways, right?
Yes.
But they thought they ran over. They thought the thing was over. And then they reached back like a couple years ago. They found some stuff, right?
6 years ago, I think it was. Yeah.
No, they've been together for a while.
Yeah.
I mean,
allegedly, bro.
Yeah.
So he just dodges a bullet. He barely dodges a bullet from his wife and family, right? After this one, and then all of a sudden they go 6 years ago.
They're saying there's more pictures to come. We're just teasing two at a time here. What else?
Can I ask you this? I was discussing this with the guys. 6
Al,
years.
If he went 6-11 or whatever last year, you think he'd still be coaching that team?
No, he'd be gone.
Yeah, right.
Well, when he did go, he did have a losing streak. She made him a playlist. I don't know if you saw that. He had a Spotify playlist that she made for him when they lost.
You know, it's amazing.
The Rossini girl did.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Everybody keeps telling me, like, when is this going to be over? But people seem like they just want more and more. And
well, here's the crazy part of it. How good? Is good? Maybe not the right word, but to cover something up like that for that long. And is his wife, are the wives and the husband and wife just finding out about this now?
Yeah, but
because of those photos leaking?
Situations where I'm sure that situations where
let me hear this.
They're on the road, the New England's on the road, or where was he? Tennessee, maybe was going on?
No, they're on the road a lot.
Where they're going. So they're on the road, and the broadcast team is in town. And the night before the game, or the day before the game, the broadcast team gets to interview the coaches. Right? They come in and interview the coaches. And so, and that's and you're out of you're on the road, and
I know, but still to keep that going for 6 years without them finding out, that's borderline impressive.
Bo, not to push you, but you think they've been banging for a while?
I think so. I think it's been a little. Hey, I think
that's all Mama wants to know too. By the way, Mom wants to know.
I'm gonna tell you what, Stu would have been dead on their tracks.
Stu Weinstein would have been on this one
like a bloodhound. He'd be there.
Stu had good street smarts, common sense. Like, hey, maybe you ought to stop banging this one. This is a bad idea. It's not looking good for you.
Well, they spent 24 hours in Park City, so apparently they hashed it out, whatever it was. So.
Who hashed it out?
Vrabel and his wife.
There's no way that thing got hashed
out. Took the third day of the draft off, and that was it.
You don't survive that thing. I don't think you can't get out. You can't get out from underneath something like that, especially when the whole country, especially when the whole world knows what's going on.
She's been humiliated. By the way, they put her picture. Why do we put her picture up? By the way, the wife did nothing wrong. Why are we showing her picture? They have a picture. They show Vrabel in the middle. They got Diana on one side and the wife on the other.
The vultures are out, man.
So she goes in.
Well, stop.
So the wife goes into the grocery store, and there's people like, hey, that's her. There's right.
That poor thing. He's been cheating for 6 years. Could she have not known?
But
Get rid of those blinders, honey.
How do you not get caught for that long?
I don't know.
He's real. I mean, he must be really good.
I know I didn't have that kind of success. I know that. Anyway.
Yeah, right?
Anyway.
Anyway.
Yeah.
This guy didn't have any success either here. He got caught. A former Hawks executive gets 3 years in prison for using team money on trips and jewelry. Ex-Atlanta Hawks vice president of finance, Lester T. Jones Jr. has been sentenced to more than 3 years in prison after embezzling $3.7 million in team money and charging luxurious vacations and jewelry purchases to the company credit card.
Sounds like he should be in Congress.
Yeah. How did he think he was going to get away with this, by the way? How's a guy think like the team will never know? $3.5 million.
But everybody thinks he's a guy.
He's a finance guy.
Yeah.
He spins it whatever way he wants.
Wow. Didn't cover his tracks.
Yeah.
Disappointing.
What else you got, Woody?
Is that you, Bo?
Are you done?
Bo segueing. No, I was going to tell you, he had an Amex that they gave him. He spent $80,000 on trips to the Bahamas and Thailand.
Wow.
Nearly 100 at Saks Fifth Avenue.
They got something they're scouting in Thailand. They got some, some.
Now, I don't know if the wife's going to wait for him while he's in prison.
No,
but
she's gone.
No,
I don't know. He purchased a $115,000 diamond ring.
How long do you think that's going to keep her around?
Spent nearly $160,000 for concerts and other events. So he must have done some.
Hey,
he's got to pay about $4 million back. So he's got problems.
We got Pete Prisco coming up here, but I got to ask you real quickly. So I see all of a sudden the former head coach of the Patriots' young girlfriend said, "Hey, what's going on?" Got on Mike Florio for trying to cover up the story. Like, hey, let the guy talk. You guys did it with me. Let everybody talk. She wants blood.
She should stay out of everything.
She needs to shut the F up. You're right.
One more story for you guys here.
She didn't get a say in this.
So,
squeaky clean New England Patriots, right? Huh?
Man.
But we had a story yesterday about a guy who went to catch a home run ball, an older guy. What do you think, Joe? Like in his 40s, whatever.
Yeah.
So the guy goes to catch the home run ball. It hits him basically in the chest. He drops it.
Yeah.
It rolls over towards the little girl. He runs over and kind of snatches it from
the girl. Yeah.
He thought it was his because he took the initial hit
in the chest.
Yeah.
So the guy, essentially, this is what people do nowadays. This is awful. They went after the guy all over social media. They went after his business. They found out where the guy worked.
Wow.
And they started crushing him on the Google reviews. I mean, they wanted to ruin this guy for taking the ball from the girl.
Yeah. No.
And we need to stop being such a vengeful society here. Like, there's got to be more important things than to go after a guy who took a foul ball.
Listen to you.
You should know better. Give the little girl, little guy, whatever. Give the kid the ball. What are you? But to go that far, ridicule him a little bit, but to tear your business down and
oh no, people
crush your.
Bo. You know better.
Yeah.
We've seen some stuff happen here recently at this radio station. Hey, we've got a lot more stuff to get to. Pete Prisco, senior NFL columnist for CBS Sports, is going to join us, and we got a lot of NFL topics, including getting Pete's take on the Miami Dolphins draft coming up next.
JRS.com, starting with the Marlins, who took 2 of 3 from the Dodgers with a 3-2 win. This is the Marlins' first series win at Dodger Stadium since 2018. Miami will get a day off today before returning home for a 4-game series with the Phillies. And in golf, the Cadillac Championship begins this morning in Doral. Golfers will hit the tees in about 40 minutes from now. Time for your weather report, brought to you by Tornado Roofing and Contracting, replacing roofs, roof repairs, maintenance, and hurricane impact windows and doors. Visit tornadoroofing.com. In the mid-70s, no rain in the forecast today. The Joe Rose Show continues now. And it is time to head out to the Toyota of Hollywood Hotline. Shop over 2,000 Toyotas on sale at one location. Toyota of Hollywood on 441 between Hollywood and Sheridan. ToyotaofHollywood.com. Joe and Bo.
All right. Thank you, Woody. Pete Prisco, senior NFL columnist for CBS Sports, joins us, and nice enough to come on. The pride of Coral Springs High School. One of the first classes at Coral Springs High School.
Nice.
First class, second class. What was it, Pete? Second or third?
Number one, baby.
First one. You're always number one, Pete.
How about Pete's always number one? He always gets to that number one class. Hey,
yeah, and usually my number one comes with the middle number one.
No, that's just when you're out there getting all those Dolphin people all fired up. Hey, I saw you had nice things to say. Give me your take on Caden Proctor and the draft that the Dolphins had for a first time out with the new GM.
I love their draft. I really did. Look, and okay, Proctor's going to play guard, but eventually Austin Jackson's going, so he's going to be a right tackle. But I think he's I thought he was the best left tackle in the class. Now, he has to keep his weight in check, and the consistency has to be better. But talent-wise, I think he can be a force. So I love that pick. I think people pinged him for Caleb Douglas, which was idiotic. If you go back and watch him, man, he's a big, physical, strong receiver. Didn't have great quarterback play, I didn't think. And I think he's one of those guys that they're going to, down the road, you're going to look at that and go, wow, that was a heck of a pick. Jacob Rodriguez is just a playmaker. I mean, all over the field. That's what he does. Chris Johnson, really good cover corner. And I think he's going to step in and start right away. Down the line, guys. I mean, Kyle Lewis, you make him a safety. That's what, he's too small to play linebacker, which is what he played. Taft has been a good player in his career at safety at Texas, got some ball skills. I mean, Kazmarek and block. I mean, across the board, I thought they nailed it. I thought they had a really, really, really good draft.
Yeah, that's amazing to hear. And yeah, the Caden Proctor thing, found out yesterday he's going to be a left guard to start with, as you said, and I think a lot of it's going to be on how Austin Jackson plays.
Yeah, I think Austin.
Well, he's only got one more year left on his deal. I mean, they voided. Yeah. So I look, I think the plan is you don't draft a guard that high. You know what I mean? That's why. And by the way, he wasn't the best guard in the draft. The kid from Penn State was the best guard in the draft. So if you're going to take a guard, you would have taken the guard from Penn State. I think, people forget Jonathan Ogden started his career as a guard. He played guard at Baltimore his first year. So you can play guard for a year, and then I think ultimately he's going to be the right tackle.
Well, they put them on that left side with Patrick Paul over there. That's going to be and then you got Austin Jackson. You got Aaron Brewer. I'm sorry, as a center. That whole left side, running game wise, trying to rush the passer. That's going to be it could be a stone wall over there.
You know what? I love Paul. I mean, he was one of my favorite guys in the draft a couple of years ago. I loved him. I thought they stole him then, and he's developed into a really good left tackle. And you put that big body next to him, and they're gonna push people around. And like you said, they're gonna be good in pass protection. Again, you can never have enough big people in this league on both lines. I mean, and I think that drafting that way will always ensure that you're gonna have some sort of success on the offensive line. And I think doing it the way they did it is the smart move.
Hey, Pete, let's get into some juicy stuff around. Aaron Rodgers hasn't played. January 12th was the last game they played in the playoffs. It's April 29th. He still has not made a decision. I know they put a tender on him, but is he going to play or not? What's your gut feeling?
I think they think he's going to play. And just talking to guys when I was at the league meeting and talking to people in the organization, I think, why they haven't said it, I think that their idea is that he's going to play, which is why, you waited to the third round to take a quarterback. They took Drew Aller. I don't think he's their long-term answer. And so I think, they're sitting there with the idea that he's playing, and he just hasn't come out and said it yet. And I do think he plays. I think, and you saw Mike Tomlin the other night. He said he thinks he plays. I think he's going to be a starting quarterback. Now, the next thing is, what do you do with Aller? And do you go back into the draft next year and draft one? It's going to be a good draft for quarterback. So I think Rodgers will be the starting quarterback of the Steelers.
So do you think he's given them some idea?
He had to.
Just to leave him hanging out to dry.
Months.
I mean, yeah, you got at least there's got to be some communication there. You know everything he's done. You know he's going to be a Hall of Famer. You know all this, but my gosh, why don't you give
he's
the
spending
team
quality time with his wife that we've never seen.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
But at least give your team
imaginary one.
At least give your team.
You're on that theory too, aren't you, Pete?
At least
I think he's married. I just think he's being private about it. That's all. And because a bunch of his other relationships weren't so private. Think about who he dated two actresses in the Indy Driver, right? I mean, they weren't.
He's destroyed all of them, Pete. They've all been
destroyed.
destroyed. They said this guy just did. He just destroyed us.
But you think he's given him a little wink, right? There's at least something.
Yeah,
something to hang on to.
And Mike McCarthy knows him very well from his days in Green Bay. And I get the impression talking to those guys, I think that they know he's playing without saying he's playing, and their actions say they know he's playing. But again, you never know with that guy. I mean, he might have said he's going to play, and then the 11th hour he decides that he's not going to play. And it has nothing to do with money or anything. That's why that tender, he gets 10% raise or whatever.
Yeah.
It has nothing to do with that.
Right.
It's just a matter of.
He just wants to be a jag-off.
mind.
That's what he wants to be.
Yeah.
He just wants. That's what he wants to be.
I'm controlling things, not you, and that's the way it is because I'm a lot smarter than you are. Hey, so I got to ask you about this one, and this first time I've asked you about it. This Mike Vrabel, Diana Rossini thing that just won't go away. Private matter turned very, very public, and people just can't get enough of it. I want to ask you a question before we start. Have you shown your wife the pictures of them together and said, are they banging each other or not? Did you have that conversation?
No, but she's aware of it, and so yeah. I mean, look, those pictures were not taken by a amateur. I don't think. I think those were taken by somebody with a lens across the street. So I think that was somebody that was hired.
So do
By
you
the way,
think? Do you
know,
think
we
this...
talk about Aaron Rodgers, Joe. You know where he went to college. I mean, of course he acts like that. They all do.
They all do. They all do. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. I'm
not smart enough to act like I'm smart. So
I
don't
saw him
worry
from the
about
other
that.
side, looking at him from San Jose State, going, "Yeah, they're all jag-offs up there."
Chuck Muncie didn't know where the campus was. That's not fair.
By the way, Bo, I forgot to tell you, I was at the Super Bowl, and for like 3 nights we stayed in San Jose, and I walked down. That campus is smack dab in the middle. I've never been there before.
It is. You can walk
through the middle of the city.
You can walk through the city and not even know that you walked through the campus.
Amazing.
It's like
amazing.
It's the most
pretty campus, though.
Yeah. Once you get inside, they got that. They got that traditional that the ivy, the building with the brick building with the ivy on it, and they got the statues of John Carlos and Tommy Smith.
So all the Olympic guys. You guys must have had a great track back then.
Oh, they had a great. I tell you what, they were for a long time. They were
Bruce Jenner was
huge
doing
track.
His work there as well.
Yeah,
a lot of great guys.
all the Olympians would work out in San Jose State.
That's wild.
For a long time.
Hey, real quick.
So does this Diane Rossini? Does she get back into the business at some point, or she's just donezo?
She's done.
I think it's hard. I think it'll be hard to get back into the business. But the question becomes, what happens with him? Does he walk away? Probably not. I mean, I don't think anything happens to him. It looks like he's trying to mend fences with the family and everything else. And look, if he was 2-15, you'd probably think differently of it.
Not when you win 17 games after you won 4 the year before.
No, and people go, well, how's that going to play in the locker room? They don't care.
They don't care.
Guys
no.
care.
I saw that yesterday. They could care less about their coach, what he's doing in his personal life. No, I'm with you on that. Hey, real quickly before I forget, A.J. Brown's going to New England. Is that just they got so many receivers now? AJ, I'm not even going to ask. I know I'm gone. Where are you sending me?
Well, did you see Devontae Smith has a softball game, a celebrity softball game every year, and he's played in it. And this year he is not one of the guys playing in it. So I think he, now we don't know the reason for that, but it looks like he's he sees the handwriting on the wall, and I do think he's going to get traded. I mean, you draft those receivers, you go sign Wicks and free agency. I think they know that it's done. And you know what? Here's the other part of that. You know, the story that came out with Jalen Hurts and what a issue he is and what he can be a pain in the butt and everything. Those two were really good friends at one point, and everybody blamed A.J. Brown for that. And the reality is I had heard rumblings about that for a while, that it wasn't just A.J. Brown, that the quarterback had a lot to do with it as well, as that relationship being severed the way it is. You know, we put the focus on the wide receiver because, you know, they're all babies. We know that. Every wide receiver who's ever played the game would be happier if they caught 9 for 142 and lost, and if they caught 2 for 14 and won. I mean, that's a given. That's a given. So we always put it on the wide receiver, but the quarterback had something to do with that too. I mean, there's no question about that.
Oh, that's very funny. There have been a few receivers through the years that I got to tell you. I know we lost today, guys, but hey, 9 for 161. I'm good. I'm good to go. You guys have a good night. I'll see you next week.
Right? I mean, you've played with guys that, you know, you win 28-7, and he had 2 for 14 and no
not
touchdowns.
Happy.
And he isn't happy.
Not happy. Not bitching, but clearly not happy.
No.
Yeah.
You know, guys, right? They'd rather have 9 for 170 and lose than have 2 for 19 and win.
I saw Brandon Marshall in one game. It was a game-winning touchdown thrown to the other receiver, and Brandon was so mad he picked up the football and threw it over the Dolphins bench, and it hit one of Mr. Stephen Ross was on the sideline with a guest, hit the guy's guest in his guest in
Come
the head
on.
with the football, yeah, because he was mad. He won the game, but he didn't get the touchdown, so he's just.
By the way, he could be, and he's not. There's a lot. He could be president of the club.
Oh, no doubt. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
that's different, Cat.
Miami
Whatever.
Dolphins,
yeah.
You know, I've always come on here, Joe, and ripped the Dolphins. I ripped, McDaniel. I ripped Tua. And by the way, I was right about both of them. But Miami Dolphins fans have to be encouraged about this new regime. I mean that sincerely.
We agree.
Because before I told you before they hired Jon Eric, I said there's a lot of good stuff about him around the league. People I trust, it really believed in him, and Jeff Hafley's one of those guys as well that a lot of guys had high hopes for. I think they're doing it the right way. Tear it down, build it back up. Tear it down and build it back up.
I agree 100%. I mean, look, they got all these guys on 1-year contracts, got all the deadwood out of the way, and look, they got 13 draft picks in this draft, and you filter those guys through there, and you hope you get more than 2 or 3 that are really good players, and then you build. I kind of go back to when the Dolphins were going through that break between the 72 team when they had gotten all old, and then they had a really bad year one year, and then they started doing the same thing that these guys are doing, and 2 years later you're in the playoffs.
Yeah.
You can turn it around quickly if you do it the right way, and I think they're doing it the right way.
I got to tell you, I got to give Pete credit, man. Pete called that one a week or two before it actually happened on that general manager call. That was, I don't know who gave you that little piece of information, but Pete, that was strong. That was good stuff. Hey, Pete, thank you, brother. Really appreciate you coming on. You take care of yourself.
All right, guys. Take care. I'll talk to you down the road. I'll see you down the road. I'll be there mini camp. All right, see you guys.
Pete Prisco, senior NFL columnist for CBS Sports.
When is mini camp? She's pretty close, pretty soon, right?
Gotta be close.
Yeah.
They'll probably send us an email, and I don't get into my emails but about once a month. And then I get closed out on it, and I can't get in. Hey, Recovery Unplugged. I got to tell you about Dr. Barry and that staff. Boy, I went over there to their facility in Fort Lauderdale. All I can say is, wow. If you out there right now off the road a little bit and having some problems with mental health off things that have happened in your life, and you're a little down and just got sidetracked and you can't get it back together, you can't get back on the road, and you need a little comeback, well, you can get it with Recovery Unplugged Behavioral Health. It's here to help you with a beautiful mental health residential program, as I said, right here in Fort Lauderdale. Great place. I mean, terrific people, outstanding program for you to get it back together. They've helped over 20,000 people nationwide with expert care, music-based healing, and innovative treatments like ketamine therapy for depression, anxiety, and trauma. Make this the year you put yourself first. Call 954-737-4508 or visit recoveryunplugged.com. New year, new you. Recovery Unplugged, heal out loud.
Text
Expecting talk a little F1 racing here coming up with the president. We'll have her on here in just a few minutes with us. Hey, so anyway, we've been all over the board. This is a great weekend, man. With a lot. Marlins coming home playing great. They're home for 10 games. We got the Cadillac Championship started. Hell, they're about ready to tee it up here this morning. And then we got F1 racing Friday, Saturday, and Sunday with Fan Fest going on and all kinds of stuff. You've been just about.
I've been to everyone. Yeah, I've been to everyone. Yeah, it's fun. I tell you, it's a who's who.
Yes,
and it's people that it's a great people watching deal.
So
everyone comes up dressed. I mean, it's a happening.
So you know what's great about it here before we jump on this is I watch the pregame and that English guy goes around and does interviews out there. And it's great because you go, oh, my God, he's down. Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
Hey, that guy's good. I'm thinking, grab that guy. He's a movie star. Oh, that guy's a great athlete. So it's pretty good stuff.
So you got the Cadillac at Doral, and then you've got the first year. This is the first year the Cadillac has a car in F1.
Yeah, I was going to say Cadillac's got a big weekend. Yeah, this will be the Cadillac. It's great, man. They're calling it America's F1 team now is what they're calling it. Hey, we got a special guest joining us this morning, Katharina, the president of president of Formula One, Crypto.com, Miami Grand Prix. Can I call you Kathy? It's a lot easier. Can I call you that this morning, Kathy?
You absolutely can. Good morning, guys.
Good morning, Kathy. Man, I got to tell you, first of all, any event that's totally sold out, congratulations going into the 5th year of this thing. You got to be pretty excited. I know you've added a lot of stuff onto it, but I always wonder, now that you've been around this thing for a while and running the show over there, what makes this thing for you so special that people love this F1 stuff now?
It's a couple of things. For us, one of it is that we get to continue to innovate and change the way that people, experience a motorsports event, because as you know, with Hard Rock Stadium, we build everything up and tear everything back down again. So every year we get to change the experience a bit, which keeps the creativity flowing, and we're excited to welcome fans back for this year. And I think the other piece for me is the people we get to do it with, the team here at Hard Rock Stadium, Miami Dolphins, and Miami GP. It's a wonderful collaboration to bring this event to life. And so it's a beast and a monster to build, of course, but we couldn't be more happy to bring everyone back this weekend for our 5th edition of the Miami Grand Prix.
It's incredible what you guys have done over there. I was looking. They got this big. It looks like you got a cruise ship sitting in the MSC cruise ship sitting in the middle.
Yeah, that's
of that,
amazing.
And that thing, but it's what amazes me about this whole thing from the time it started. It's that whole international flavor that comes. And you look at the airports. You drive by any of the airports, and there's 1,000 private jets there.
No.
It's not for the It's not for the weak in the wallet. I'll tell you that.
No.
Yeah, no, we've got a wide-ranging audience here. We have everything from high luxury all the way to first-timers that are just trying to get a taste of the Grand Prix. So we do our best to kind of offer something for everybody, and hopefully we can continue to grow the fan base here in South Florida for motorsport fans.
Kathy, we were just talking about F1 Cadillac team. It's great to have, first of all, Cadillac involved is always good. What are your thoughts, and how is that going so far?
Well, it's been really awesome to see how they've leaned into Miami this year with their activations. And I think for us specifically on site, we're excited to have Checo racing again, of course. I think a couple years ago, we had a lot of Mexican flags out in the grandstands cheering him on. So we expect that to be the case again this year.
Yeah, and so I always wonder, because you at the end of the day, you and Tom Garfinkel get to feel the stress of trying to get this thing completely done after the Miami Open. I mean, it's one event after another, and when you're at Hard Rock Stadium. So what's the stress level of trying to get this thing right down to the wire and get this thing done every year?
Well, the stress level's high. The sleep hours are low, but as you can imagine. But look, heading into our 5th year, there's a lot of muscle memory that's coming into play now, and I think that's credit to the team that we have. We still have the majority of our senior leadership team that's pulling off this event is the same since the first year, and so to have that strength and numbers of the people who've done this year after year after year is super valuable to us. And I think now, I was driving around last night around 10 o'clock doing a golf cart drive around the campus to see how we were pacing and what it looked like. And I mean, we're ready to go, Joe. Everything is ready. We're ready to open doors today. So obviously we'll be opening doors officially tomorrow. But the campus looks gorgeous, and couldn't be more proud of the team for what we pulled off this year.
Hey, Kathy, talk about Fan Fest. It's all over South Florida. I know you're doing a big one down in South Beach. Just talk a little bit about that for fans going there, what they can expect.
Yeah, look, I think that was something we've dreamt up, many years ago, wanting to continue to explore other ways to bring the Miami Grand Prix to the South Florida community. And one of them was the Fan Fest. Now, that takes a big effort to build. And so this year, given our 5th year, we wanted to do something special, and it felt like the right time. And we want to do it in a place that's iconic. So what better place than out on the beach in Miami Beach? So we've got 5 days of programming, Wednesday through Sunday. And there's a watch party happening there across the weekend. So we'll be streaming all of the F1 and Formula 2 activity that's happening across the weekend. And we've got, a bunch of programming on stage and entertainment with music. And of course, a bunch of partners of ours that will be activating there as well. So I think our hope is that fans who are coming and maybe have never experienced the Grand Prix before get a little bit of a taste of Formula One.
I tell you, the level of celebrity that comes to this event
it's crazy.
Is off the chart, isn't it?
Oh, yes. I mean, look, I think it's part of Miami, right? There's always a little bit of glitz and glamour when you think about Miami. So, but I think Formula One just generally attracts that globally. And so we welcome that, of course, and support it, and look forward to welcoming the A-listers here this weekend.
You're good, Kathy. You're right, man. That is fantastic with all the celebrities come in and the athlete. What's that picture, the famous picture we talk about? What is that, Woody? The picture we talk about, Tom Brady, Michael Jordan, Lewis Hamilton, and we had one, David Beckham.
David Beckham.
That was the picture.
All the goats.
Oh, my God. It would have been awesome. You ever get any of those pictures, or you have to stay away because you can't do that? Or can you take pictures?
I think my team's got me in a pretty busy schedule, so not too much time standing in photos with a bunch of goats. But I appreciate you thinking that I would.
Yeah, it'd be okay. Hey, that's why they want me around. Hey, man, I got to get that picture. I know I'm not allowed in there, but I got to get that picture. Kathy, congratulations on everything, and thank you for coming on. And selling every ticket is unbelievable for everything going on. That is impressive.
We couldn't be more excited about this year. So hope to see you guys there. And thank you guys again so much for supporting us.
All right. Kathy Novak, president of the Formula One, Crypto.com, Miami Grand Prix, getting ready to start up, man. We got a lot of stuff going on here in town, and we'll be talking about a lot. Did you get to see everybody when you were at that thing, like the last 4 years? Did you?
No.
You don't get to see.
No.
I mean, it's so spread out.
It's all spread out. You see a lot of different people. And so we were in this little, they kind of got villages of different kind of levels and stuff like that. But I think the place to be is in the up above the pits and then the grandstand and down the front stretch, down the when they're staging all the cars, start finish line. That's where you want to be, and that's where most of the celebrities are hanging. You look at before the race starts, and they're all walking around by the cars and stuff.
Yeah, by the way,
right?
how's that?
Everybody.
Yeah, everybody.
Yeah.
D Wade, I see D Wade down there when he's in town. He's walking around, walking up and down. And by the way, those cars are millions of dollars.
Unbelievable. So I watched. I just started. They've had a couple series. A couple years. Netflix has had a couple of those
the F1
series.
that got it going. That got this guy. This guy's a junkie now.
The F1 got. I think the F1 did a lot to get people that had never seen it involved in it with the storytelling. And then I didn't see that one, but I saw this series this year where it gets more into the teams and the competition. And but I tell you, it is a multifaceted, multi-million-dollar. I mean, money is no object kind of a
just get it. I don't care what it costs.
Get it, whatever. Yeah. They got these cars. I don't know how much they cost, but they go out and they do a training run and they wreck the car, and you go, that's I don't know. And the guys go, oh, geez, but it's like no big deal,
Yeah, no, it's the whole thing is impressive that they got it. It's been great here. Well, I'll tell you what, it has absolutely.
I mean, it's gotten bigger and bigger and bigger.
It's been a home run down here for like you said. I'd love to be able to count the amount of billionaires that show up.
Yeah, no,
it's
right. Yeah.
The B Club. Not the hundreds of millions, the B Club at this thing. Anyway, we're going to go to break here. We're going to get all caught up here. Appreciate Kathy coming on to join us a little bit, and Pete to join us as well. We'll take a quick break, and we'll have a lot more when we come back. Stay with us.
WQ
across the USA. Then everybody be served like California.
I used to like the Beach Boys, man. I'm not embarrassed.
No, I'm not either.
I liked them. Had a documentary. I wanted to watch it and see them. I think they're about all gone now, though.
I think there's a
group got wiped out.
There's the one guy I don't.
The creative one that was way out there had all the stuff.
I saw a documentary on him, and all these other performers, musicians, they would go to him you
saw the same one I saw. I saw that.
That's pretty interesting.
Yeah. He's an interesting dude, man.
Yeah.
He was out there.
Yeah. It's funny. So Woody said, yeah, there was Southern Cal. So you go up to Northern California, like Santana, Tower of Power. It was a whole different vibe up there,
Yeah. Sly and the Family Stone.
All that stuff. Yeah.
No, the Bay Area and Oakland, some great
Great
performers.
stuff.
Great stuff. And used to
San Francisco was always, then you got the psychedelic music in San Francisco, Jefferson Airplane, all those kind of bands and stuff.
You didn't catch any of that time, did you, in the 70s? So that stuff was going on at Berkeley. That it wasn't getting high. It was where you saw different stuff.
No.
Like acid and mescaline.
No. Yeah, no.
I saw teammates on some of that stuff, and I go, dude. Well,
but we did, we did have that. We did have that mix of, from the Bay Area. We had the mix of, first of all, you had the we had the Mexican Americans, the Chicanos at the time. I think, remember they called them the Chicanos. I don't know if they still do. And then you had the Black Panther movement, was where it was kind of just getting radicalized there, and this was in your school, It was like watching Fast Times at Ridgemont High. You had all the different groups. Then you had the hippies, the girls with growing their that aren't
the hair under their arms.
Hair under their arms.
Yeah, that was a tough one.
And that little patchouli oil, whatever smell they had.
Yes.
So that whole group of
that flowery smell.
That whole group of different the dynamics going around, especially in the Bay Area.
I told those guys that one day. I don't know who was on, Woody. I went to school with. I didn't go to high school with it, but when I got to Berkeley, a lot of women did not shave their arms.
No, yeah.
That was
wear those gauze dresses, and acted like they went to Woodstock when they didn't.
First of all, they didn't tell me this on a recruiting trip, but not that it mattered. But like going to class, guys smoking pot, and police officers for Berkeley just standing there. They didn't care.
Yeah,
that was the 70s. Hell, now you can do it.
Well, when I was in high school, someone smoked pot. Well, look, I grew up in a pretty disciplined family. A Navy family and a military family. And my dad was, you ever smoke that pot, you're not going to come to my house again. So, I mean, it was a no for me.
It was strict. Hey, listen, I'm very open about the fact that no making love in high school for me, Bo. Never happened.
No, not for me. Not
you
close.
Either?
Not even close.
Yeah, me neither. Yeah. I don't think I was even close.
You know what? I know what my problem was. All I cared about was going out and playing baseball or basketball or whatever. Well, like everything.
You should have told him about that story from the other day, the prom story, with the all these guys down here skipped their baseball playoff game, the high school baseball team.
I just said I would never done that.
Oh no.
To go and
no.
I promise you.
I might not skip a pickup baseball game.
Yeah, some high school up in Florida.
It was near Jacksonville. We looked at it. It was up there.
Oh, it is. So apparently they had their prom was all set and like a year in advance. So the girls got their dresses and the guys committed, and now their team goes deep in the playoffs, and 3 or 4 of their best seniors go, well, we're not playing because we promised these girls were going. That would have never happened with me.
No.
Never happened with you either. I can speak on your behalf.
Hell no. I think I.
By the way, I could talk about a lot of guys. Dan Marino. Hell no.
I think I took a girl to the prom. With it, we had 3 or 4 guys, and I don't think I bet I didn't say 10 words to her. I just didn't. I didn't know. I didn't want to dance. I think she goes, well, let's just go home. I go, okay. I'll drop you off.
You're a lot of fun.
I had no interest.
You're a lot of fun.
No interest. I was a
God,
knucklehead.
Oh, Bo, that's yeah. That Telegraph Avenue, you've been down Telegraph Avenue. Yeah. That's a whole different way of life, man. They're still anybody that's ever been out in the Berkeley.
Well, I remember going to Berkeley, and they were having the anti-war protests.
Yes, always.
And then you had the Black Panther movement coming in.
Yep.
You had all this thing, and then Haight-Ashbury, all that Bay Area was a cauldron of all this, all the changes that were going on in society, and
But it was all right there.
It was all right there.
People's Park was famous for terrible
everything.
riots and demonstrations and
Summer of Love, Haight-Ashbury.
Yeah,
that whole thing was crazy.
That was a different crazy ass time for sure. There's no question about it. Hey, Bo, so we got this mini camp. What did we look at? Mini camps coming up when?
May 8th.
May 8th.
May 8th.
Next week we'll have them all together and be jumping in that.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to this. May be one of the more and I want to see this mini camp for a couple of different reasons. Just because it's a whole new regime and what we've been through with, so look, we go through Adam Gase, we go through Flores, we go through that whole lineage, and then going through Mike and all the different, personalities there. And I think with these two guys, to me, they're the closest to what we went through, from a coaching standpoint and an old school standpoint, and let's just get down to business. No fluff, no this, no that.
But there's no expectations either.
No, exactly.
No expectations. It's just, hey, and we're going to be watching, their top picks. They may put an emphasis on their first 3 rounds, so we'll see how they play and where they are. And I have people ask me, and you probably get it all the time too, how many games do you think we can win?
Yeah, I could care less.
So probably not a lot of wins.
Yeah.
Probably not.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you're asking me, probably not a lot of wins, but I don't think they're worried about that.
So you got 13 draft picks. I'm looking to see the guys that are below but post round 3, because there's always some guy like an Ollie Gordon last year, or there's always some of these guys that come in that they're late round draft picks that come out and
we played everybody last year. By the end of the year, everybody was playing from the Quinn Ewers last. Your 7th round picks, both of them were playing. Your defensive tackle was playing a lot too. Yeah, so.
But look, I think they got a lot of guys and they got 2 guys in a bunch of different positions, 2 tight ends, 2 linebackers, 2 edge guys, 2 DBs, 3 wide receivers, and they got multiple guys in positions that really need to play well and be developed. It's going to be interesting, I think, just to see how this team is formulated and how they react to. I want to see how they're playing their practices. I don't want to, I don't know if they're going to do. I don't know if they're going to do a playlist every day after.
I would say practicing will look a lot different.
I would think so, and that's what I'm looking for.
Than Mike's been carrying on. By the way, did you see Le'Veon Bell came out about Adam Gase caught him snorting coke? There's no way. He said he caught him more than once.
Le'Veon Bell.
When were you around your head coach to even be in that situation?
Yeah, no.
They don't even share the same bathrooms.
No.
Coaches and the players.
Yeah, sometimes I think these guys just spout off or whatever, but I don't know.
I'm not saying coaches don't snort coke. We had one down here that did, so we know it has happened, but it's.
Well, he did it in a big way.
Yeah, he didn't.
Didn't he? He didn't go. He wasn't.
I think he was snorting and going, "I love you. Can't wait to see you."
He wasn't a lightweight. He was going. He went big time.
Yeah, that was.
I remember we were down in. That's when they went out and stayed out in L.A. and practiced down at Thousand Oaks or wherever it was, where Dallas's facility. I think it was a hurricane or something. But that didn't work out.
That was not.
By the way, very good coach too.
Yeah, no,
very
one of the
good
best.
Coach, yeah.
49ers.
Yeah,
made him kind of a consultant while he was going through his rehab, and as soon as he was like, "All right, I'm good to go," they made him offensive line coach. Yeah, the guy was a hell of a coach.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had his act together that way as a coach, but had some demons, no question about that. Hey, speaking of the 2 tight ends, you're talking about this Will Kazmarek guy, and Greg Dulcich back.
Yeah,
I like the 2 tight ends, and I was just watching the highlights on Will who's third round pick out of Ohio State. Some people thought we took him too early, had 15 catches. He good looking receiver, man.
Yeah.
I'm just looking at his stuff, and 265-pound guy. Obviously, he's going to be doing a lot of blocking, but he looks good. And I think he and Greg Dulcich are going to complement each other really well. They're going to play two tight end a ton because everybody does. But those two, and I think you got two guys can catch the football and get you first downs and move the chains out in the flats. And
Dulcich he came on strong.
What a great pickup!
I mean, that was. I remember standing there on the sideline watching it, looking at him, and he was the other tight end. That they both end up playing a little bit. But I mean, as soon as Dulcich got, I mean, he made an impact as soon as he got in the field, and then and just kept playing better and better every week.
Yeah, and I was really glad because I was the first guy when they talked about they're getting rid of everybody, and they did. I mean, they cleaned up for all the guys' contracts that were up pretty much. They didn't have any of them back. But, boy, when he said, oh, no, Greg Dulcich, we want him back, he can play, and you know, your head coach and GM like, hey, no, hell, that's a good pickup.
So there's a guy in the middle of the season wondering if he's going to get cut at any point during the week. Maybe next week y'all may get cut, right? He's living that kind of life. Then he gets in, and now you know, now he's like, I mean, he's rock solid.
He's one of their rock
solid guys, right?
But you know what, Bo? They're all helped out because the guy we really counted on was hurt. He was good, but he was hurt all the time.
Yeah.
And so Dulcich, he got his chance. He took advantage of it, and they threw it. And Tua was throwing to him 4 or 5 times a game and felt comfortable with the routes that he was running. And
you know, they did a pretty good job with the tight end position that kind of broke down with Waller. Remember they brought in the offensive lineman that would be the third tight end.
Yeah,
and he did a great job.
He did
blocking.
Got him a lot of playing time.
Yeah, a lot of playing time, and you know he'd set the corner, he'd kick guys out, and you know, so they did a pretty creative job of getting that tight end at least giving you some, instead of being a negative, became a positive.
I got news for you. If Kazmarek can block the way they say he can,
I think,
he's a big dude, and he blocks and knocks guys off the ball. That's going to be a big help. And Greg Dulcich, and
you go Proctor, you go Patrick Paul, and you go Kazmarek the tight end. You put them all on one side.
Oh yeah,
and try to collapse that corner.
No, that could be huge. And listen to the way they talk. Those guys they're mature guys, man. They're ready to come in. And, you know, he comes from Ohio State. Everybody goes, well, he only caught 15 football.
How many guys got drafted from Ohio State? Everybody that played in that team, it seemed like every
had 4 going
the
first 10 picks. 11. Well, the 4th guy went.
Brian Hartline was on quite a run there of receivers.
Yeah, he did.
He's got another one who's going to go in the top 3.
I saw him
next year.
I saw him with one of the draft guys.
He's going high.
Did you see they had the Dolphins, the new ESPN mock draft has the Dolphins taking Jeremiah Smith second?
That'd be great. That's a big
yes.
dude.
Well, you'd have to have a bad season, but
6'3" or 6'4", 220 pounds when he was in high school. I don't know how big he is now. I sat next to Nat on one of his last games. We were out at Trask Powell watching him play. And I go, Nat, this guy's a 5-star, one of the top-ranked guys in the country. And Nat, you know, Nat's kind of sitting back. He's doing his high school, you know, the high school award, and he was watching him. He's making one-handed catches over the top of guys and running by him.
Yeah.
And every year, the guys he's playing with are going in the first round, and they all come out and go, no, Jeremiah Smith's the best receiver. He's been since he got here. But we're all – and every guy he plays with goes early in the first round. Ohio State, they're all early first-round picks. It's been crazy to watch that one. That has been nuts. Defensively, I did have to tell you something about Chop Robinson.
What's that?
I think he's got some different guys coaching him, and I think it's going to be great. I think that they love that defensive line coach, as you and I talked about. Austin.
Austin's
Clark.
good. Yeah, Austin Clark's good. Yeah.
I think Austin's going to be working with him some.
Well, he's been working with him for 3 years. I mean, 2 years. What's he been here? 2 years? This will be his 3rd year.
So, so they got him working some with the pass rushers.
Yeah.
And not just the guys inside. He's a hell of a coach. That was an easy keep. But hey, man, Chop's got a lot on his plate.
He's got to produce. I mean, this is you know, the pressure's on him right now. I mean, 2 years. You he did very little his first year until the latter part of the season, when I think you had Calais and Tehran kind of helping him out on from a pass rushing standpoint, and then so he came up with 6, and then you're expecting big things from him last year, and you basically got very disappointing play out of Chop.
I think the other part of this is that's pretty interesting with the whole setup is from what I'm hearing. Chop wants to be like, this is part of the deal.
Oh, it's easy to want to be.
But like he hasn't lost confidence and he's got a little chip because he knows everybody's getting after him. And when you're a first round pick and it doesn't work out, they get after you. That's just the way it is. That comes with the signing bonus. And hey, you're number one pick. You've seen it.
Well, it's not. It's got to be more than it's got to be more than a quick first step. Right.
I agree.
I mean, that's what I agree. How many times?
We've had a lot of guys.
Whenever you mention Chopra, he's got a quick first step. Oh, okay. Well, what happens after that?
What do you think?
I don't think he plays the run well. I don't think he's stout enough to play the run. And I don't think unless he widens out as a pass rusher, which he did in the latter part of his first year. Those guys got him out, widen out and make the tackle come out to you. I mean, he always seems to want to creep in and be close to that tackle, and so all the tackle needs to do is turn.
Yeah,
and you don't get a two-way go. And so
I'll tell you what, if he can't play the run as much, everybody pinches you inside, tries to run outside.
Yeah,
he's just going to cut down on the snaps. You can't play him.
Yeah, you can.
Only play him in obvious running passing situations.
He's gonna have to find something, because what he was doing last year and the year before just wasn't working, And I don't know, to me, he seems like a little shorter, thicker guy than I would see as a defensive end. Usually you're kind of long, long arms,
different body.
Yeah, different body type. A good guy. I know he works hard and this and that, but this is,
man,
year 3.
Yeah. Hey, we don't make the rules on first round picks, but they're called franchise picks, and we're waiting on him, man. Year 3, this is a big one. And by the way, fresh start for him.
Yeah,
brand new coaching staff.
Yeah, exactly.
So you're not coming back with the same coordinator going, I'm limited with this guy, and he just remembers you from the year before you. That may be the perfect scenario for him. Maybe something goes off and they get him figured out, and he plays the way that. Although you can look back at Penn State and didn't have a lot of productivity at Penn State. So I don't know. Well, I think, and these guys said before, like the day of guys not having numbers and working off combines and pro days, you just can't do it.
No,
you can't do that.
Yeah,
you got to have guys got to be productive.
Yeah,
you can't just coach a guy up that's never had it.
Look, even if you were a guy. Like, and I hate to keep bringing Chop up on this, but you
can do it one more time.
There are times when you can be a good pass rusher and not get a lot of sacks. If you're the guy that's chasing the quarterback out of the pocket, or if you're disrupting a quarterback,
hitting him as he's throwing the ball,
him as you're doing, and you haven't seen much of that from him either. And sometimes. Some of the sacks he got before were because people on the other side were getting the quarterback out of his safety zone.
So his thing last year partially was this, and this not a shot. He just like, hey, I'm playing behind Phillips and you're going, because he's better against the run. So you're not going to play you as much. You're not, and again, well, if he doesn't get better against the run, the league will just run. They're going to run his side and go after him all the time unless he's got safety help on the outside. That's a rough one. Anyway, we got 9 o'clock hour coming up here. We've got a lot more stuff to get to this morning as we continue on. Hour left here. So much going on here in town. We'll get you caught up on everything, including the Marlins coming back home feeling pretty damn good, man. 2 of the best wins they've had in a long time, taking 2 out of 3 from the Dodgers, including a really wild finish to a game last night. where they hold on to end up winning that game 3-2. Start a 10-game homestand tomorrow against the Phillies. But first, I want to talk to you about Michael Kotze at Choice Mortgage, man. I love talking about Michael Kotze at Choice Mortgage and all the great work he does. Man, it's about getting you the lowest rates, getting you approved quickly for a mortgage that you need. Whatever it is. Debt consolidation is a big one. Hey, man, HOA costs going up on you, insurance rising in that condo you're living in. You thought you were in really good shape for retirement. Now, all of a sudden, you're going, I'm upside down. Matter of fact, I'm using my credit cards at 17, 18, 19% a month to be able to pay all my bills. You're just going deeper and deeper into debt. Don't do that. Call Michael Kotze at Choice Mortgage. He can just really help you. 30 years of experience at Choice Mortgage. And reverse mortgage is more popular than ever. If you and your spouse are 62 or older, you qualify. You're sitting there like most of us. You've been in the same home for a long time. You paid it off or almost paid it off, and you got a ton of equity you could really use late in life. Well, the reverse mortgage might be popular for you. Michael Kotze, one of the many specialties that he does for you. First-time home buyer rates. Going to get you a great rate, and not only that, but very little money down to give you a chance to get that first home. Get all that paperwork done and get you rolling with Michael Kotze at Choice Mortgage. The man works 7 days a week. He truly has no life. 30 years of experience. He's always working. You can call or text him 561-441-2730. That's 561-441-2730 MLS 166254. Rates and terms subject to change. Stay there without notice. He's an equal housing lender.
If it's going down, you know.
You by Doral Kia. You always pay less to your Pricito at Doral Kia. Visit us at Doral Kia, DoralKia.com. Starting with the Marlins, who took 2 of 3 from the Dodgers after a 3-2 win. This is the Marlins' first series win at Dodger Stadium since 2018. Miami will get a day off today before returning home for a 4-game series with the Phillies. And in golf, the Cadillac Championship begins this morning. Golfers have already hit the tees here, Joe. So we are up and running. And probably good to give you a weather report to go with the golf here. Brought to you by Tornado Roofing and Contracting, replacing roofs, roof repairs, maintenance, and hurricane impact windows and doors. Visit tornadoroofing.com. And we're in the mid-70s and clear out there. So looking like some good golf, tennis, F1 weather, whatever you got going on here this weekend.
Well, it's a great time. F1 and the Cadillac Championship. Marlins coming back home playing really good baseball right now. Beat the Dodgers 2 out of 3, 10-game homestand, starting with the Phillies tomorrow, 1st of 4. And, hey, we got those tickets still to give away, right? Do you mind?
Absolutely.
All right,
whenever you're ready, you tell me.
So I'm going to tie it into golf today, if you don't mind. We're
Sure.
going to make it a little difficult for everybody. And I know you're back there by yourself today, Woody. Kids aren't in here with us today. But
what do you got?
So the Cadillac.
Something I know the answer to?
No, the Cadillac Championship is yeah, I guess I need to let you know. So the Cadillac Championship has always been in Dade County at Doral.
Okay.
But for years, the Honda Classic, and we just
it's not called that anymore.
No. But Honda Classic was with the PGA Tour forever. They were one of the best sponsors they had, and they absolutely crapped all over them. PGA Tour, shame on you for never getting your best players and having a stacked field of players. The top guys you get 2 out of 20, 2 or 3 out of the top 20, 25 would play. And it was really frustrating for golf fans. Now you go to Cadillac down there and, again, it was big purse money and Tiger and Phil, and then they'd all bolt and nobody wanted to play. So they used to complain about all the different golf courses we had in Broward County. And they built some, they used private clubs. They went here, there. And nobody was ever happy or they got kicked out. We literally, it was so frustrating to watch. And they finally left and went to Palm Beach. And by the way, it hadn't been easy there either, because still the top players don't play when Jack's tournament comes up. Because now Jack and Barbara are affiliated with it. It's at the PGA National, which has beautiful golf courses. They play a lot of majors up there.
It's called the Cognizant Classic.
Yeah, no, it's great. Great tournament.
This is leading to some sort of giveaway question?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry about that. I'm taking my time. I didn't
sure
give you
we're
the
still
list.
heading in that direction.
But anyway, the question's going to be, can you name 3 of the golf courses, and there's more, 3 of the golf courses that the Honda Classic played at in Broward County? And there's been more than 3, by the way.
Really?
But if you can name 3.
Okay.
But how do I get it to you? I mean, you don't know.
I mean, I'm gonna look it up, I guess, the same way anyone else would. No one to know the answer. This is a ridiculous question.
No, it's not. There's golf people right now that can name them that go every year. There's a lot of people listening right now. They're going to Cadillac Championship. Joe Rose, I got it. I know exactly. You want me to give you one?
No, I found them. We got it. So
sorry, Woody.
Probably just gonna give it to whoever. Anyway, but what a ridiculous question.
It's not a ridiculous. It ties in, man. I'm tying stuff
Tie into
together.
the Marlins in any way, shape, or form. But I appreciate you trying to do that. Why don't how about tomorrow we can ask for the Marlins giveaway who won the last Miami Grand Prix?
All right, we can do that.
You want to give it to him in advance? Who do you think's going to win this year, by the way? I haven't gotten your pick yet.
We got a new love affair going on in F1, right?
Oh, who's that?
Dating one of the Kardashians. You didn't know?
Lewis.
You did know Lewis.
I do know Lewis is
Okay.
dating Kim Kardashian. I am aware.
By
of
the
that.
way.
So you're picking him to win because of that?
No, I don't think he's going to win.
Okay.
I have a feel, though, it's not going to last. And I'm not trying to be negative about somebody's relationship.
Why? Because none of hers have lasted?
No. I didn't say that. No, they seem like they're doing great. It's just got to be a lot of pressure on those, right? A lot of pressure on those. And crazy ex-husband. I mean, that stuff just makes it hard, man. Reality shows. How do you do with the reality show that's so popular?
Well, he's on a show.
I know, but the Kardashian show, they like to get into everything.
He's mentally tough. It's tough to
All
be a
right.
driver.
Well, you're tough.
We got 2 lines. I mean, this is the least
This is the worst response we've ever gotten to a giveaway in the history of the show.
All right, so it was a bad idea.
So you want me to see if these people
No, now
actually
you're
have the
saying it's
answer?
not my best. Go ahead. Can you put them on the air? Just put them on. I want to see if we can get somebody who can get this.
They're going to have to call us back if they win because there's no way to put them on hold. But here you go.
Who is this?
This is Chris Dugan.
Hey, Chris, how you doing, man? Can you answer that? Can you give me 3?
Yeah, this is Joe Rose?
Yeah, man. How you doing?
Good, brother. I'm thinking the answer is going to be Inbury.
Yeah, I'm going to get
Weston Hills.
Yes. By the way, very good.
Awesome.
No, that's 2. You got to give me one. You got to give me one more, and there's 2 out there.
Was it Eagle Trace?
Yeah, that's outstanding.
Awesome.
You got him, man. You got him.
Hey,
that
thanks
was very
for all
good.
your work. Thanks, Joe. You're the man.
Hey, bro. Well, congratulate. We're gonna put you on hold.
Yeah,
You're
Chris,
a
you're gonna have to. I'm gonna
hey,
have to
by the
drop
way,
you. You got to
hold
call
on.
back,
hey,
but-
Chris, hold on. Say, hey, Woody, kiss my ass if somebody couldn't get that jerky.
That was very impressive.
Thank you. That was very
Chris,
good.
call us back. I'll
Chris,
get
call
your
us
info.
back.
All
We'll
right,
make
call
sure
us
we
back.
get you the things.
We'll get
we did this a little differently. We're a little short-handed.
No, I should say there's no way that I know of to put him on hold.
No worries. I'll give you
So
guys
call
a call
back.
back.
Hey, Chris, so it's good to hear your voice a couple of times and hear you're doing it. You're doing okay, right? Everything's good with you? You're good?
Doing great. Got a 4-month baby at home
man,
and
that's fantastic,
ready for the next Dolphin season.
Chris, way to hang in there, brother. Thank you. I appreciate
Thanks,
it,
guys.
bro. Thanks. All right. So
You know, the good thing about having a kid now is maybe they'll know better eras of Dolphins football.
Hey, you're
Right?
Maybe he's by the time he'll realize what's going on and his dad, gets him out to a couple of games. But that kid's got no shot but to be a Dolphin fan. Did you hear the dad?
Yeah.
He can't wait.
But it's got to be better. It can't be much worse.
You just had to put a negative.
No,
on
I'm saying
it.
my
You had to
kid
put a
is my
negative on
son is
negative.
9 now. I don't even think he's been alive for a playoff game.
My son's 40. And he goes, Dad,
Me
I've
too.
never seen anything.
Yeah, me too. He wasn't at the last playoff game? The win? Come on, we were in high school. He should have been there.
Yeah. I don't know if he remembered that. I'm sure he remembered. It's been a long drought since he's lived here. And, had to write that song, that famous song that we want, to go away.
Well, we're going to get back there at some point. Jeremiah Smith's coming, according to ESPN,
I'm not-
2027.
don't- do me a favor.
You're not doing the 2027 mocks?
Don't do
yet?
that.
No?
Don't do that.
All right, fair enough.
I would like to see one of those, though, to see who they had. Anybody ever go back to see that and see how it matches up with what just happened? Because a lot of quarterbacks end up not coming out, so couldn't have been that good, right? Had to be a little bit of a mess from last year. Hey, by the way, the other thing we haven't talked about, these NBA playoffs ended up being, and the games have been pretty good. So the Cavs are up 3-2 in their series. Orlando had a nice lead, and all of a sudden, Orlando has lost 2 games to Detroit after Orlando was looking like this is going to be easy. That's going to a game 6. Lakers looked like they were just going to crush the Rockets. That series is now 3-2. So this thing got a lot better, a lot more interesting. And out west, I know that Minnesota and Denver matchup is that's going to be interesting, especially with Minnesota, 2 of their best players out, their best player out, and also one of their key guys that been a big part of it also out. So man, it's going to be fun. It's fun to see who finally gets to the finals and both in the West and the East, and then on to the NBA finals. That should be a blast.
By the way, it is Chris. It's his wife's birthday today, so happy birthday to Sasha.
Sasha, happy birthday, and thank you so much. And congratulations on the baby, and enjoy the baseball game with your family.
There you go. We did some good here today.
I do good things. I mean, we try to do good things.
Yeah.
It's not all.
Not
You're
all
a
bad.
little negative from time to time, but
Can't be, bro. It's big weekend, race weekend.
yeah,
I'm
this
excited.
is- by the way, this is, and by the way, you got to have your patience pills if you're out this week.
Yeah.
Turnpike's not going to be your best friend going from Broward to Dade and Dade to Broward. And you've got to be, if you're going to a baseball game or going down to Cadillac Championship and going to the race.
Just saying it's a stay in Broward weekend.
I mean, if you don't have things going on,
Yeah.
I got a couple tennis games.
Do you?
Yeah.
All right.
I'm a I'm a heavy underdog in both matches that are set up.
It's playoff season good for us. We got baseball and basketball playoffs this weekend for the kids.
Ooh. That's a good time, Woody.
Win or go home, bro.
Woody, those are good times with your kids. Nothing wrong with that. Hey, we got to go to break here. We'll get to more. Pete Prisco, senior NFL columnist from CBS Sports, will join us here coming up here at the end of the show. I want to thank Bo for spending some time with us this morning on his way to the doctors, but always great having him in here with us as well. I want to talk to you about Baptist Health South Florida for just a second. There's good news and bad news, man. Nobody likes talking about doctors and, hey, when you get hurt. But here's the bottom line. If you're competitive and you love sports, you know how this works. Sooner or later, everybody gets hurt. It doesn't matter what age, doesn't matter. You're going to get hurt. It's just a fact of life. You will get hurt. And it is nice to have one of the top sports medicine programs in the country right here in our backyard. And we do. Baptist Health South Florida is unbelievable. Unbelievable the work that they do. How do you become a top sports medicine program? You get great team doctors. You get the best specialists in the industry for every part of the body. You have great facilities. That's how you get a great reputation like Baptist Health South Florida Sports Medicine Program has right now. Specialists for the knee, anything to do with the knee, shoulder, foot and ankle, hand, back, hip and knee replacement, Achilles. These are doctors, and it's a group. It's not just one. You can't just do one. We understand there's a lot of knee injuries, a lot of shoulder injuries, a lot of foot injuries. And then you talk about the great facilities like Doctors Hospital and Coral Gables to Hard Rock Stadium next to the training facility and 595 in Pine Island in Plantation. I just want to tell you the pineapple is very healthy right now. Very happy and healthy and getting bigger every day for you. The next time you get injured, you don't have to be a high school, college, or professional athlete. They take care of all of us. Just visit baptisthealth.net/ortho today. One goal, man, one goal at Baptist Health. Get you back out playing the sports you love the most.
WQ
Traffic report is brought to you.
Brought to you by Jon Eric Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733. The market set to open in a few minutes from now. Dow futures up 300 points. NASDAQ futures up 200 points. S&P up 40 points. Best of luck to all players. Joe, we'll go back to you.
All right, Woody, thank you so much. And again, going to be a busy, crazy weekend, and we'll have more tomorrow to talk about. The other thing is, and we talked about earlier with the start, and some of you are listening right now on your way out to Doral for the first round of the Cadillac Championship, and a lot of the top players in the world are playing in. It's a big purse. It's $20 million purse, so it's and it's a great golf course. I mean, that golf course, that Blue Monster, is made for the PGA Tour. It is not made for me. Maybe some of you have memberships out there or like to play because you're really good. God bless you, because I just could not do it. But I love watching that course and the great days of Tiger and Phil out there going back and forth, and all the other great winners through the years that played out there. And it was just great. It was a great tournament, and it'll be like that again. While this is getting ready to start, it looks like Live Golf is in big trouble, and it's on its last leg. And I'll be glad to see everybody get back together. Everybody, and feelings will, some guys, there are going to be a lot of stuff was said back and forth, and a lot of guys on the PGA Tour were not happy of these guys leaving and taking the big payday and got the big signing bonuses up front. A lot of guys made a lot of money in Live. And, hey, some guys made over $200 million. A lot of guys made over $100 million with the amount of money. But I'd love to see all of them get a chance to come back and compete and just add more depth and more star power, whether you like them or not. I mean, you're not going to like every golfer. Everybody's got their favorite golfers, and there's something about certain golfers. It's funny, you're sitting watching the Masters with some big-time golf fans, and we got into it about Justin Rose. And I like Justin Rose. He's always like, Justin Rose to me is a really nice guy. Yeah, I saw he wasn't nice to his cat. I mean, you see things, or you see somebody in person and blow off a kid, and you don't like him. I get it. I get that stuff happens. It's kind of like in the old days, you either like Tiger or you like Phil. Like one or the other. But they were different guys. And but I'd like to see them all back together, man. I'd love to get past this period. And the Live Golf guys, when they do come back to the PGA Tour, they're gonna be on they're gonna be suspended for a while before they're gonna allow them to come back. But to have DeChambeau and Rahm and some of those guys back would be great for the PGA Tour. They need more star power, more big name guys on there. And DeChambeau's one of them. DeChambeau is, not everybody likes him, but he's a big name guy. I like to see Dustin Johnson back. And hey, listen, there have been a lot of guys went over to the other side. As far as the older guys, I don't really care. Phil Mickelson, his best days are long gone, and he's got a senior tour. He can play anytime he wants, and some other guys right around that age of 50 where you can play on it. That's great. Listen, I hope he does. I'll watch if he goes to senior tour, but he's not going to be a threat on the PGA Tour. Those days are long gone. But I hope we all get back together. We put the Saudi Arabia money and all that stuff behind us, and we get all the guys back together playing. And, again, all the personalities, you're not going to like everybody to tease it up. I get it. You're going to be guys that don't like the Live guys for a long time. Some of you like, you got favorite guys. Everybody's got favorite golfers. I think Scotty Scheffler's great. I do. There's some great stories out there, but And he'll be out there. But, this thing, I hope they don't have to sit out a long time. And Koepka's back already. He's back on the other tour, and we see he's getting a chance to play some and all that stuff. So, but everybody has their favorite golfers. Everybody has their favorite golfers. You're not going to like every guy. That's just the way it is, and that's okay. That's just part of sports. Like some guys, you don't like them, and but I'm glad we got that event back in Cadillac Championship and at Doral, and have the other event that I don't know. It just doesn't seem like it's doing real well. The one up at PGA now for like its 19th location between Broward and Palm Beach has not been great.
Yeah, I know you don't want to talk 2027 mock drafts, but we've had some people text in that they have the Dolphins taking Arch Manning with the first pick.
Okay.
Because I guess he'll be the first player off the board next year.
I don't know.
You better play a whole hell of a lot better.
Yeah,
than he did last year.
Maybe we'll just do this Arch Manning thing every year. We'll just do it every year.
He was terrible last year. I wouldn't want him as my quarterback unless he gets a lot better.
I'm sure he's going to be better.
I hope so. I mean, he's got a cool last name and a cool family, but
he's got a lot of other. There's a lot of other quarterbacks that are going to be turning pro next year, and see.
Be all right with Jeremiah Smith though. I'm guessing he'll be a good pro.
In a perfect world, Malik Willis looks like he's the guy.
Yes, and
then
throw to that guy
and go get that.
Can you be the second worst team in football? Malik Willis be the guy, though?
Shaman Al-Madonna.
Can those two things go together? Right? Like, if Malik Willis is the guy
how'd it work for
win
Cam?
some games.
How'd it work for Cam? I'm not sure.
Cam Ward?
Yeah. Did his team win a lot of games?
No.
Well, they're saying he's the guy.
Oh, I don't care what they're saying. Do you know that?
I think Cam's going to – you don't think Cam's going to be –
I hope
Cam
so. I'm
Ward.
rooting for him, but,
Cam Ward?
I don't know.
I think Cam Ward's going to be pretty good.
Okay, good.
I thought Drake May was going to be pretty good, and he's pretty good.
What are you a quarterback guy now?
No, but I saw him play when they were really bad.
You're right, all in on Tyler Shuck. So I'll give you that one too. If he ends up being good.
I think those three guys, I think all those teams have their guy. No, I'm not saying everybody has to agree with
I'm
me.
just saying I think it'd be if Malik Willis is the guy, and like we know that after his first year, do you think they're the second worst team in the league?
Yeah.
I mean, what is that winning? 2 games, 3 games, something like that? 4 games?
I think you'll know. I think by the plays he makes.
You see flashes?
Yeah.
Okay.
And those 3 great examples right there. Drake May was on a horrible team with the Patriots 2 years ago. Horrible team. They were bad. That was a bad team. How'd it look like Cam, that group he played with, a misfits?
Not very good.
Yeah. And Shuck?
Not very good. Not a good team.
Should have beat us.
Although Shuck, we need to see a little more, but you're sold.
I'm sold.
Yep.
Good second round pick. I think he was a second round pick out of Louisville. Does that sound right?
Sounds right.
But no, man, I just don't think. Look, we don't have a very talented team. It's not a very talented team right now. It's not. Now we got to see how good the young guys are. There's upside of all your rookies and getting coached up in a new system, and I just think at least they're giving their quarterback a chance, taking care of the offensive line, number one. But hey, would I still like to have a big-time number one receiver out there with them? Yeah. Would have been nice if you could have kept Waddle financially. It'd be better off than what you have. But got a bunch of young receivers they like, and we'll see. But boy, they shut that passing game down. It's gonna be some growing pains too for these young guys to learn how to run routes and system and feel comfortable and know what's going on and what everybody's trying to do to you and so. But I think Woody, yeah, I just gave you 3 examples. I think you can get a feel if a guy's got a chance or not. And if he's really bad, then what people are saying, we'll probably take one of those quarterbacks, yes. But I'm with everybody else. I would like a chance. Problem is, the quarterbacks probably go early, but that Jeremiah Smith is.
Interestingly enough, they had Arizona taking him in that ESPN mock draft, taking Arch Manning at 1, which is unusual because they just spent a 3rd round pick on Carson Beck, right?
Yeah, but 3rd round.
That's not a throwaway.
Throwaway financially. It's not a lot of money.
No, financially maybe, but that's not a throwaway pick. That's not the kind of pick you want to just
But it's not a number one that you just paid that big signing bonus to.
No,
and then you dump
no.
them,
It's
like
not a
Josh
number one.
Rosen and now going to the next guy up.
But I don't think you want to be, throwing away picks. What was it? The first pick of the third round too, right?
You know what, man? You got to keep going after him till you get one that you like, right? And if this guy's not the guy, we'll probably all have a pretty good feel for it. And if he's not, and you're taking that spin on it today that Malik's not going to be the guy, then the good news is we're probably going to be a really bad team, and we'll be able to have our pick of quarterbacks from Oregon, Oklahoma, Texas. They'll be everywhere. Hell, maybe Miami. Maybe Miami's guys up there in the dance. But I know I'm missing some guys. I hate doing that where I just thought,
it's okay. You don't need to have your 2027 mock draft.
No,
ready.
I'm just thinking the Ole Miss guy.
All the guys that fought the NCAA and came back.
Those guys were all winners. Yeah, you got that one. So anyway, we've got a lot more stuff to jump on. We're going to talk to Pete Prisco coming up here and talk a little bit about the Dolphin draft and Aaron Rodgers. What is he doing to the Pittsburgh Steelers? My God. Anyway, right now I want to talk to you about South Florida Chevy dealers. It is truck month. No, it's not truck month. I made that up, man. But it is always a great time to get a truck or an SUV when you stop by your South Florida Chevy dealers right now. Oh, my gosh. Speaking of SUVs, before I get to the trucks, it always feels like truck month when you go there. Suburbans, Tahoes, a Traverse, an Equinox. I just named the midsize and the big boys, man. And if it's something you're looking for, they're four of my favorites. Today is my favorites day, and you can't go wrong with Suburban, a Tahoe, a mini Tahoe, the Traverse, or an Equinox. Boy, we got great looks, great look to them, plenty of space. And then let's spend some time talking about the best damn truck in the business, a Silverado and a Colorado combination truck. You can't go wrong. Whether it's a Silverado 1500 to a Silverado HD, to the rugged Colorado, hey, it really doesn't matter because we got a truck absolutely perfect for your lifestyle. Full-time working truck, that's how you make a living 7 days a week to just enjoying taking the kids around for sports on the weekend and towing around all your toys that you have, man. Never a problem. Just visit your local South Florida Chevy dealers today. Plan on taking some test drives. They got 14 dealerships out South Florida. If you haven't been out there, you're going to be blown away with the products, cars, trucks, and SUVs. Ooh, that sweet Corvette. Will never go wrong. Hey, reliability, strength, durability, everything you're looking for in a fantastic look. Chevrolet, together, let's drive.